We should be right now.
I mean, gold can be exchanged for goods and services.
Hell yeah.
That is how an economy works.
Exactly. Apparently, the price of gold. Well, basically, like the price of a single loaf of bread is the same as it was. Hold on, let me actually say this correctly. Okay, so you can, for the amount of bread you can buy with a single piece, like let's say like a pound of gold, like back in the times of, like the fucking Mesopotamian eras, is the same amount of bread you could buy with a pound of gold now. Apparently, like that's I find that extremely interesting.
All right, so let's get this bread translates well across the centuries.
Exactly. That is a good way of putting it.
Bread is a universal language.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, so the my microphone seems to be coming in good. Everything's fine. All right. Previously on Dungeon Attack Squad Live. All right, so last time we were, you know what? Hold on, let me get my creative juices flowing by putting on some music. There we go. Middle Earth Dawn by Tabletop Audio. Always useful. All right. So. All right. All right. So, where we had left off, you guys had. I have the sheet of paper right here. So you guys talked to the knight that you had talked to before about your lord, like about Lord Bruckthorn, when you had went to Castle Bruckthorn to turn in your quest that you had successfully completed, which allowed our good buddy Doran to get some free shit from the dwarves of Grumberg. He basically I believe his name was Sir Gawain, or Sir Gawain. He had told you guys that his lord, he drinks like basically all day, or he just languishes in his own suffering because Martin Ulker had spirited away his wife. He had taken his wench, and now he is a broken man. He's a broken shell of a man, shell of his former self. Before he was a very valiant knight, and now he is lost in the sauce, as it were. But besides that, you guys did complete that quest. You guys did actually slay the Manticore. I'm kind of saying this out of order, I'm realizing, so it's probably a little confusing. But you did slay the Manticore. You did turn it in. And besides that, nothing else really happened. You did meet Aloran. The wood elf who was with Mattias Galloy, the supposed how should I say, the rightful heir to the Marcher throne in this land. The man who is supposedly supposed to be on the Marcher throne as opposed to Martin Ulker. He told you that Mattias, Mattias is willing to he is willing to grant you the means to traverse the land with a counterfeit writ of passage, the writ of passage that you need to get from Martin Ulker. So I suppose that's the main sort of decision that needs to be made now. But he has told you that he's willing to take you to his lord, and he is willing to see what can be done about getting you that writ. But as of right now, you guys have just left Castle Bruckthorn. I'd say the thing that you probably should do right now is return to your employer. And, we'll see what I guess we'll see what needs to be done from there.
Lovely. I'm always forgetting our employer's name. It's not a good sign of an employee.
No, his name is, you know what? I kind of forget myself. No, hold on. I'll figure it out. Just give me 1 second.
I know he came with a D or something.
Yeah, I believe it's Doran, but I don't want to just say it and then I'll have it be wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Doran. His name is Doran
It is.
Irontooth.
All right, Doran. All right. Well, as we're leaving the castle, so you guys need to. Would you guys like to gather any supplies for the journey ahead? I mean, we could always deal with a potion or two, just in the case of emergencies.
And suppose if you do have the coin, the castle guard would be willing to part with any surplus inventory that they got.
Mm. Should probably check how much coin we got. We got like I only got like one gold, 11 silver from our last job.
You should have gotten. You should have gotten 5 each on top of that magic item that you got from Lord Bruckthorn.
Okay then. All right,
Oh, yeah,
five gold. That's been 1 gold. We also got a few bottles of wine, so maybe we can also exchange that.
You can barter the wine.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you do have like a party loot stash here. Yeah.
All right. So yes, I say we go to the. I'd say we should probably go to the corner store before we get Durin. Doran. Yeah, before we get Doran and head off to the next leg of our journey.
Why not? The shop, the surplus inventory in the castle is open to you.
Okay.
The bodega in the castle or whatever.
Ooh. I turned to my companions like we could barter the wine with the Lord. He'll give us some stuff. But then second thought, I also feed into his vices.
Yeah, just helping this man stay consistently addicted to.
Yeah.
alcohol.
I had an idea, but the second I said it, it wasn't a good one. So maybe I think we should go to the store and maybe barter with them rather than barter with the king, or not the king, Lord.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, there is something to be said that a man looking to destroy himself isn't going to need anyone's help doing it. He'll find other sources of alcohol to sate his vices. Do we have anything? Do we need anything that they have to offer here?
Well, we only have one potion. I'd say probably try and get one potion for each of us, just in case of emergencies. Apart from that, we got plenty of food for a few days. So in terms of actual survival supplies, we're fine. I think it's just just some potions that we need just in case.
They do have those to offer at the castle if you have the means to, acquire them.
No, I know I feel like I had a good idea, but I also don't want to actually feed into his bad habits. So, are there actual towns? Not towns. Are there actual stores in town that would also sell some potions?
Oh yeah. I mean, in Grumberg, which is like 20 or 30 minutes walk up the road. Yeah, there's probably some. Well, there's definitely gonna be some shops that you can go to, like some alchemy shops.
At the very least, maybe see if a tavern would like to purchase our supply of it. Let's purchase our supply of wine.
You are definitely free to inquire.
Yeah, sure. So I guess I'd like to go back to the tavern where we were staying at, see if I can find the bartender, see for a possible business arrangement, a little trade.
All right. So, upon returning to Grumberg, you guys are greeted by a man in a bit I don't think the word is foppish, but like sort of like a floppy and sort of airy and puffy sort of garments. He's also wearing several rings and has a amulet around his neck that isn't magical. It just looks to be fancy.
Mm.
And he introduces himself as Lord Mayor Sigus Ignar. And
Pleasure to meet you.
and he says to you all, I cannot thank you enough for your work defeating that beast. The people of this town have gathered this for you. And he offers you a pouch.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We of course accept this gift. You say you're lord. Are you like a lord underneath Brookthorn, or are you just from like a surrounding area?
He says, it is quite confusing, isn't it? Titles are often granted without much heed for interplay, I should say. I am technically just a mayor, but I have garnered the title as Lord Mayor for doing a very, very good job, I should say.
Okay. I see.
But I am beneath Lord Bruckthorn.
Okay. You're kind of like his, almost like a second in command of this town.
Exactly.
If you would. Okay. Under Constumbled. Well, I thank you very much for this reward. I'll see what's in the sack.
It is it is a platinum piece and 5 gold pieces.
Ooh, lovely.
Yes.
Well, money is a nice thing to have. And I'd rather have it than not need it, and then need it, not have it. Although it's 1 platinum, we can just split this later.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you need, like, he didn't figure that you would need to, but if you want, he can just split it for you right on the spot.
Yeah, sure. Because like 1 platinum is 10 gold, right?
Yeah. So yeah, he'll just toss you like 15 gold pieces.
Okay then. Yeah, 15 gold. And it's split between 3 of us. That's 5 gold each. That's not bad.
Yep, fair enough.
Alrighty. Yes. Okay. So thank you very much for this. Who would you, Lord Mayor? Who would you maybe suggest might be the best tavern that we might inquire of a possible business transaction?
And he
Someone
says,
who's maybe like open-minded.
and he says, well, the most popular one in town is a well-known coaching inn, Johan's Brew House. I believe you've stayed there before.
We probably have these tavern names all seem to sound very similar after a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's the prancing goat, the drunken mule. It's all very confusing.
When you've been to one prancing mule, you've been to every jumping goat around the realms. You know how it is.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we thank you for the gift and for the information. Of course, you can always let us know if there is further work to be done, or people in need.
He says, of course, why not? And again, we thank you dearly for what you have done for the wee, few, and lowly folk in Grumberg. It is not common that heroes such as yourself come by.
Well, we definitely try our best. So the manticore that we slayed, did we like give it to a butcher or something, or are we just dragging that body around?
Oh
no, we gave it to Lord, didn't we?
Yeah, you gave the head to Lord Bruckthorn. I mean, if you wanted to take the body, I guess that wasn't really settled when you cut its head off. Unfortunately,
Nah, it was more just curiosity, honestly. I was just like, what do we do with that afterwards?
it's for the buzzards now. Unfortunately, for the crows, and the worms.
Well, fair enough. Give them a little bit of food. I think crows are nice.
Everybody's got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose here would be, where I would, for the matters of continuity's sake, um, I would say that in place of Ryan, because unfortunately he, due to the coronavirus, he cannot play with us anymore, which is very
Sadly.
unfortunate. Yes, I would say that this would be around where his character would probably retire and say that. I mean, I don't know exactly what he would say. Would probably somewhere along the lines of that he's got business in another part of the realms, and he doesn't see himself continuing his job with Doran. And Doran would, yeah, go on.
He's probably like, hey, it's been real, guys, but there's like 4 prancing goats that I haven't crossed off my list yet, so I'm gonna wander the other way.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
A man's got to ramble.
So I forget. So Ryan was wobbly.
Yes, he was wobbly. He was
Okay.
our drunken monk.
Well, our trio's down to 2, but you know what? Sometimes more isn't necessarily merrier.
I spent a great deal of my my time wandering on my own, though never been called a hero before.
Oh no.
No, you been called a hero before?
Yeah, I mean, like the people always assume that I'm some messenger from their dragon god. So they say I'm some messenger or hero, but like they don't. They say that based on my appearance, based on my deeds. You know what I mean? Based on based on my pedigree. So, but doing this, helping these people with the Manticore, being called a hero for a reason. It's a nice feeling, quite honestly. So like, this is what I want. This is pretty much what I want from life. Just going around, helping those in need, and you know, if you can get a few coins out of it, I'm not going to argue with that.
So I'm sorry. Someone in the chat saying that you're a draconic mailman.
Draconic mailman. Pretty accurate, honestly.
Neither rain nor sleet nor snow will stop Connor from accomplishing his quest.
His accidental quest to be an accidental messenger to Urza.
Oh my. Oh.
Speaking of which, you're heralded as a champion of this god. Do you follow him, or do you have a difference?
I'm not a religious dragonborn. Like I accept that they exist. There's definitive proof of this. But I don't see them as like all knowing. They have no control over people. They don't have a destiny for anyone. You choose your own destiny. You decide who you are. You know what I mean? And as long as your religion spreads nothing but tolerance, doesn't hurt anybody, I can't see anything wrong with it.
Yes, well, I'd have to disagree. Some people, I believe, do have destinies, and whether that's a blessing or a burden, I'd have to say I believe in fate, but that's neither here nor there. If you keep doing these heroic deeds, though, and keep being heralded as a savior, sooner or later I suppose, your hand will be forced into choosing exactly what it is you're fighting for. Something to think on, I suppose.
Well, I guess that's kind of a bridge that we'll have to come to eventually.
Indeed.
But, there's nothing wrong with that. There's it's perfectly fine if people find like comfort in the knowledge of fate, destiny, or religion. I'm just not one of those people. I find comfort in the knowledge of deeds of others. You know what I mean? Well, particularly people, because like let's say you got the metallic dragons. They got no choice but to be good. But if you got a human, a dwarf, a halfling, and they're doing good, they're making that choice to do good, and so they're working against their worst nature to make the world a little bit of a better place.
Well,
to,
it's an
to me, that's
interesting,
true goodness to me.
The same
interesting perspective.
same gentleman in the chat says that's smart thinking, Connor.
Oh, thank you. I try my best, anyways.
Thanks, strange, all-knowing God.
Yeah, I just hear the comments in my head. It's like, is that you? Is that you, Dragon God?
Giving me free will and shit. All right, so Doran's
What a
gonna
guy.
Doran's gonna pay Wobbly. I mean, not the full, salary because he didn't, did do the whole quest, but nonetheless, he saved his skin more than once, so he feels that he needs to be compensated. He's
Yes.
gonna come over to you fine fellows and say, well, chaps, I'd say I've had my fill of Grumberg and its supply of food and drink for. You know what? I suppose I could do all that again, but I suppose we should also be getting ourselves going.
Yes. It's fine to enjoy yourself with drink, but you can't enjoy a sunny day without some rainy days. But before we go, I do want to talk to the barkeep about possibly selling some of our wine. Keep one bottle for ourselves, but maybe try to sell 2 bottles.
He says, the wine. Selling the wine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was thinking I'd be happy with just 3 gold a bottle. I don't know what these things are worth, honestly.
He says, you said we can keep one.
Yeah.
Let's see how much it is worth. And he's gonna, without even anything, no fucking bars held or whatever the saying is. He's just gonna uncork one and just start chugging it.
Well, okay, there he goes.
I forgot what I called it. I think I did actually give it a name.
It's Black
It's in
River something. It's in Party Loot.
Yeah.
Black River Cabernet.
He's gonna down that all and just
The whole bottle?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not huge, It's not like the biggest bottle in the world, but it's definitely.
Okay, so it's okay.
I mean,
Looks like a full bottle.
yeah, I mean, if he drank as much as he did, you'd probably be a fair bit down the river. But
We're gonna take
no.
him to a wine tasting and so many judgmental looks.
But no, he's gonna let out a very loud belch. He's gonna wipe his mouth with his beard and says, "Oh, that was quite lovely." Now let me think. What would I pay for that? He's gonna put his arm on your He's gonna try to reach for your shoulder, but then just tap on your forearm, Connor. He's gonna say, "Lad, listen. When you go to sell this, don't ask for anything less than 15 gold. You have my word, as a man who has certainly had a lot of liquor in his life.
Mm-hmm.
This is not worth more. Wait, no, it's not worth less than 15 gold."
Yes, I understand that, but I'm thinking they have to make a profit, so that's like 15 gold retail price, isn't it?
He says, "Well, I suppose so."
I don't know. I'm thinking. I definitely appreciate your input, but I'm going to talk to the barkeep and maybe offer for maybe each bottle 10 gold, then he can sell them for 15.
He says,
Don't want him to lose money on this deal.
If you want 10, then you should start with 15.
Ooh,
Done enough negotiating in my time as a what was the word?
Doran
barter?
says,
I don't know.
Doran says, prostitute.
Yes. That's my time in a prostitute. Subtle negotiations were held, and you always want to start higher than what you hope to get out of it.
Ooh, that is a good idea, actually. Oh, thank you. All right then. Well, I guess with that, I'll probably go up to the barkeep, whatever this fine gentleman names may be. Hello,
Joe.
sir. We're about to exit your fine town, but I'm hoping you might be interested in a little business transaction. As I pop the 2 bottles down, what I have here is 2 bottles of Black River Cabernet. We're hoping for a bit more gold just to buy some healing potions, just, because we don't want to die on the road. It'd be very nice if we didn't die. I'm looking to sell these. What would you say to 17 gold apiece?
I can't help but imagine this as like some Pitchman commercial where it's like, "Hi, Connor here with Black River Cabernet."
Now I was trying to go for like Pawn Stars or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Johan says, "Let me get my buddy in. Let me get my expert in." But no. He's gonna give it a look. He's gonna say a Black River Cabernet. Now that is not something from around here.
No, it's been carrying a little bit of weight in our bags. We're hoping to trade it in for maybe something a little bit less weighty.
He says, how much do you? Did you already say the price?
Yeah, I was saying I'm looking for about 17 gold.
He says, he says, roll a. Would barter be persuasion, or would that be?
I think
just
so.
Yeah. Roll persuasion.
Okay, give it a try. First roll of the night.
First roll of the night. Let's go.
We certainly wouldn't be stealth.
17. Not bad.
Oh, lovely.
Not too bad. All right. The same gentleman who's been commenting said best I can do is 2 GP.
In store credit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. The best you can do is what? Sorry.
No. He's you know how in Pawn Stars what's the word? No, not the guy. Yeah, you know the main character, like you know how he says like best I can do is like, and he says like it's always like a number that's way lower than what the guy offers.
Yeah, the expert comes in and is like, "Woo, what you got here is a real beauty, a one-of-a-kind item worth $5,000," and he'll go, "All right, thanks for coming in. Best I can do is 1,000," and you're like, "What?"
Exactly. But no, he says now this is nice liquor. How's about 14?
14 gold. Well, you drive a hard bargain, but I will accept that offer.
All right.
With 14 each bottle, or 14 for the two of them?
He said each bottle.
Each. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Happy. That would work with me.
He's gonna give you 2 platinum and 8 gold. Yeah.
Lovely.
Geez, math.
Well, thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you, and may your business prosper.
He says, he gives you a very firm nod, and he's gonna bring that all the way into the back of the shop, put it on the expensive liquor shelf.
Yes, fine.
You know, with with the aged cheeses and all of their very expensive whatnots.
All right. Well, I'll split the gold between me and Marlowe. Since we already have one potion, so I think just one more would be good for the road.
All right.
If we could find a general supply store as well.
Oh yeah, no. There's a pretty, it's pretty easy to spot. Like it's closer to the dwarf, like sort of quarter of the town.
Mm-hmm.
But it's purposely put there so the whole town sort of intersects around it, and everyone has to at least pass by at least once.
Mm-hmm.
And once we leave the town, bound for our quest here, which direction are we going to be heading? Towards like a particular city, or on a certain road, or?
Well, Doran is actually going to. Well, he basically wants to meet this elf that helped you before we show off, and then he wants to talk to him at least once.
Understandable. Yeah, so how much are healing potions? I can never remember.
Hold on. Let me fetch my notes. There is a very particular book, or rather, a very particular thingy, like a very particular PDF. There we go.
Yeah, could it be some kind of guide for people who want to play in the dungeons, who may be a master of said dungeons?
Nah, this is
Don't know.
actually something a little
The
better though.
the sane item PDF.
Yeah, exactly. The same magical prices, like
Oh, okay.
yeah, because it's better
Okay, maybe I
than
should be using that because someone in my game wanted to buy poison. I said, the 3 gold, and everyone freaked out like 3 gold for poison.
why isn't everyone in this town dead? uh, turns out it's just a town of all rogues. It's just like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the poison market is booming. Well, and the only market that exists is the black market.
At that
Everyone
point,
stopped going to the regular one when they realized there was a black one. It's just so much more chic.
Yeah.
exactly. But anyway, according to this sane magical prices chart, I almost read the one for Filter of Love. A potion of healing is 50 gold.
50 gold.
But
What is that? I got-
mean, I'm sorry. I was gonna just say that it can be, of course, negotiated, as with all things.
Okay. We'll say. Well, we're looking for a potion of healing. We were the ones to kill your town's manticores. I was hoping maybe for a, one-time discount. Would that be possible?
A man who has a has one of those cool little. He has a sort of like a headpiece on him, and that headpiece has one of those extendable sort of magnifying glass thingies on it. But other than that, he's got like a really really floppy hat on and baggy sort of clothes with like stitched in pockets and all that sort of thing.
Hmm.
But sorry, I'm reading the chat. But he's gonna say, "Us uses big heroes," and he's gonna sort of look at you through his little big magnifying glass thing. He's gonna say, all right. And I suppose you can. He is fairly impressed, so I'll let you roll persuasion at advantage.
Oh, advantage. Lovely. And I give him a little wink and some finger guns. All right, with advantage. I like that. Got the wrong thing. It's okay. I guess even with advantage, it was only a 12.
yeah, unfortunately.
Nah.
He's gonna sort of look you up and down and says, well, what would you feel like you should be paying for these potions here?
I would say, I would think like a 30% discount. So 30% of 50, that's about 35 gold.
Jesus, is it? Shit. he was about to pull out his abacus like, oh, wow, all right. That sounds right. But anyway. But he's gonna say, I can do 40, Mr. Hero.
40 gold. That's you know what? That's understandable. I appreciate the offer. I'll give him the 2 platinum and 20 gold.
Alright. He's gonna bite literally every coin because he's schizophrenic like that. And
It is real. Swear to it.
and once he finds that all your money is the legal tender, he's going to hand you your potion of health.
Wonderful. I'll add that to my inventory. And Marlo, I guess you have the other one, huh?
I do, and while we're here, I'd also like to pick up one of my spells requires some fine ink. this man sell fine ink?
And he says, "Oh, sure, sure, finest ink in all the land, renowned by poets and lords alike." And he's just gonna like
Ooh, poets.
plop down just it looks like a regular fucking jar of ink.
Yeah, Marlowe will take a look at it because he knows what he actually needs for the spell, which is lead-based ink worth 10 gold.
Okay.
He's gonna say, sorry, I'm applying lubricants to my lips. He's going to
Moisturize
say...
them.
Exactly. You gotta stay moist in this economy. Alright. He's gonna say, "Oh, you one of them, And he's gonna wave his fingers at you, like in a very, fast and odd way.
On occasion.
He's going to say, "Say no more." And he's gonna take the jar of ink and put down the one that is more apt towards what you would want to use it for. And he's gonna say, "Oh, you're going."
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. He's gonna say, "You got the 10 gold?"
Marlowe's gonna take the 10 gold and put it across the table, and go. You've already been generous enough. I don't feel the need to haggle. Though while we're here, is there any news from the road? We're gonna be heading out soon.
Oh, news from the road, eh? Well, you take me for some kind of a gossiper?
Well, I suppose you're a businessman, and businessmen should be apprised of changing times.
He says, "Right you are. Now, notice how we've had ourselves a little celebration. That usually means that the road's gonna be packed with road wardens. And if you got yourself a caravan, then you best believe that you'll be running into a couple of them. And you also best believe that if you ain't got your writ of passage..." And he's gonna sort of point his very long and bumpy nose on the wall behind him to his writ of passage. "Then you'll be paying upwards of 40 gold, son. You'll be running around in a barrel, butt-ass naked, with no shoes, or weapons, or lead ink."
Yeah. Can Marlowe get like a good look at the writ of passage that he's got on the wall there?
Sure. Roll perception. It's like, the reason I say it's because it's like, it's a piece of paper with like the finest like writing on it.
Figure.
Like in the fucking universe.
Oh no. You get distracted by a butterfly.
He's sniffing the ink is giving you some extremely severe lead poisoning, unfortunately.
Do love that lead.
I mean, they used to eat. I mean, this is around the time period that they eat lead. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we gave it a little taste.
Huh.
But anyway. Yeah, no, that is some fine calligraphy right there.
Alright, well, thanks for the tip. I suppose we'll have to get ourselves one.
So we had a run-in with a warden. I thought did we have something just to help us traveling around the country, and we needed to get one to go outside the country? Or the kingdom, I should say?
It's like the road wardens are sort of like predatory in nature. He's trying to imply, like he's expressly pointing out the fact that there was a festival because people usually come in for festivals, like like dancers and other people like that, and that means when they have to go out, they're gonna start going through the roads and whatnot. So if you don't got it, then they're gonna. They're basically just gonna frickin' pull you up by your britches for all the money you got.
Now, between you and me, talking to the shopkeep. Like, do they ever have patrols through the actual wilderness, or they just mostly keep the roads?
Mostly the roads, but I don't know why you'd want to go in the forest.
I think we've proven ourselves capable fighters. Uh, just in case we might be a little bit short after our recent escapades. Besides the manticore, was there any like dangerous beasts, particularly wolves? I don't like wolves like at all, man.
He says
They're just like
wolves.
they're bigger dogs.
He says wolves. Heard there was a bugbear attack near that old damn it. What is that fucking thing called? Near a Longway Abbey.
Oy, half bug, half bear. Then I realized goblins exist. Like, oh, those things, right?
Wait, did I say bugbear? I meant owlbear. I'm sorry.
Oh, owl bear. Okay, yeah, I heard bugbear.
Owlbear, bugbear,
Okay.
these fucking bear hybrid thingies. Can never keep track of them.
They're unbearable.
But anyway, he's gonna say. I did mention that the forest has got goblins in it, right?
I don't think you did, but now you did.
Nope,
Every forest has goblins in it.
Yeah.
Then he's gonna say, forests sometimes be home to goblins.
Hmm. Well, I've never met a goblin before, so that could be an interesting encounter. That's pretty much all I needed to know. Marlo, are you done here?
I believe so.
Wonderful. Well, we thank you very much for your patience of our patronage.
And he's going to say, don't get yourselves killed out there.
Oh, we'll try our best. Not looking forward to being killed, anyways.
Alright.
I would say with that we probably return to Durlin.
Alright, so Doran is going to say, Doran is going to say that, alright, lads. Well, we do have all of our gear, and I've just now purchased the horses. We still have to fetch our carriage. He's going. He's going to say, Tell you what. First, I'd like to speak to this elf, and then I have some. Well, I have some words I'd like to exchange with him about where we may proceed next.
Understandable. I'll turn to Marlock. Did he say that he would meet us on the west end if we continue out of the town? I can't really remember, honestly.
He said he'd hang around here for a bit, so.
Yeah, he said he'd hang around the forest, like over here. Like, I mean, I didn't overload this whole area with trees, but it's kind of a lot of parts of it are fairly dense. Like, you know, these areas.
I imagine with his skill set, if we wander our way out of town and into the forest, he'll be aware. Come find us.
He did find us pretty easily last time.
Doran, whatever, it's Doran, you know. We all know who he is. Doran's going to request of you that you take him to him. Or help him go to him.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think this person could really be helpful in trying to get to the other kingdom without having to deal with what's his name, Martin Olker.
And there was some talk of securing a writ of passage, which it seems is going to be increasingly necessary.
Well, it'll definitely have to seem legit, because otherwise I don't think the watchmasters or the road wardens would be very kind to those with a fake passage, right?
I don't think they'd be very kind to those without a writ.
Nah.
I think it's sort of they're going to abuse anyone they can, but not those with a writ because they fear the repercussions.
Right.
Exactly. But, I mean, again, it doesn't take too long to find the elf. He did tell you to He said he was gonna stick around for a while,
Yeah.
and it's like for waiting for you guys to give him a sort of like a final answer as to a final answer as to what exactly he will be. I'm sorry, let me gather my thoughts again.
No
A
worries.
final answer as to whether or not you will be taking his help, I should say, or accepting his help in your
Right.
future goals.
I do forget the elf's name.
It is Aloran.
Aloran.
Yes, Aloran.
All right, I will try to remember this.
All right, so Doran is going to step up towards the elf, sort of size him up. This isn't one of those typical universes where fucking elves and dwarves like have like a natural inclination not to like each other. So don't worry, he's not like about to fucking punch him in the stomach.
Aloran, let me introduce our employer. Doran, whose last name I do not know. Did you ever tell us your last name?
He says he's gonna sort of like nudge you aside and say, Doran Irontooth, I must say that I am very happy that you have assisted my employees during such a time as this. To fight a manticore is certainly not easy. I've certainly lost one or two clan members to such a foul a beast as that. And he's going to reach into his wallet and offer a couple of coins and say, please, this is for you. And Aloran's going to, be somewhat taken aback, and, he's going to take the gold, and, they're just going to sort of, like, chat a little bit about, about how the fight was, and etc. But then Doran's going to say, now, Mr. Aloran, based on what I am hearing, it seems that these lands have somewhat changed. Now, I do not have any true business in your home, or in your lord's home, or in anyone's home, Martin Orca's or otherwise. I am simply looking to pass through, and in order to pass through, it seems that I will need this writ of passage. Can you get me one without having to deal with Martin Orca? And Aloran's going to say, it is possible. You'll have to talk to my lord about it, and I do not know what he will ask of you in exchange. But know and be very well aware that any deal made with Martin Orca will be certainly unreasonable, and almost entirely to his benefit. And Doran's going to say, well, gentlemen, he's going to say this to you guys. I trust you both the most, and while I am not exactly privy to dealing with this Martin Orca character, I have dealt with petty kings and feudal lords many times in my youth. I understand how nefarious they could be. Believe me, I can hold my own in any shouting match or bout of fisticuffs with any pompous prick. But I am not, how should I say, I am not in complete refusal of the elf's help.
I think he could definitely be a worthy ally. I think he was probably the most valuable fighter in our match against Manticore, because I think I can speak for all of us when we said if it wasn't for him, quite honestly, we probably wouldn't have stand much of a chance. Maybe a little chance, but not much of a chance. So I think he could probably be quite an asset, especially if we don't want to deal with Ulker.
we can go to Ulker, request the writ of passage.
Hmm.
They'll likely ask what our business is, in which case we'll have to lie unless you'd like to disclose the existence of that which you're looking for, which I don't suppose you would want to do such a thing to Ulker. Or we could follow our friend of circumstance, meet with his lord, likely a wanted enemy of the crown. I believe there's some rightful heir, unrightful squabble going on, and we can involve ourselves in that. Or we can try to maneuver our horse and our cart through the wilderness, which might not even be possible, and risk all manner of banditry and monster attacks. So, either way, exciting options. But I must confess I'm most curious and interested in meeting this rightful heir and seeing what kind of man he is.
Well, I do agree with you. I definitely do want to meet this, because his name I do remember, Mattias Galloway. I would definitely like to meet this fellow, but I definitely understand your concerns of moving our carts and everything through the wilderness. This is a conundrum, honestly. Because well, I mean, I look in my pocket. I only got like 4 gold left. So if we got stopped by road wardens, honestly I think it'd probably be either you or Dorin who would have to cover it.
Doran says that I do have the gold, but based on what I have heard, and I have gone around town during the festivities to try to get a better grasp as to how much these road warden stops go for, and it is not good. Not good at all. Best case scenario, we arrive at Mordhelm broke. Worst case, we might have to end up pulling the carts ourselves.
I'm wondering, Doran, do we really need what's in the cart? Do we really need it? Can we just take the horses?
And he says, well, it's supplies, food, etc. Goods.
Fair enough.
You know, it always... Wait, go on.
Well, I believe he intends to do a bit of excavating once we actually arrive at this lost keep of his. Hard to do with just horses in your bare hands.
He's also gonna say, it also helps carrying a couple of pounds of goods everywhere you go. You never know when you need to barter with someone or barter your way out of a sticky situation.
True. It always sucks when both sides have equally good arguments. Well, I'll look to the elf. Like, is there any? Could you lead us down a passage through the forest that might be easy? That might make it easier for a cart to go through, or is it all rough terrain?
He says, I can easily get you through the forest, but my services, quote unquote, to you, unfortunately end as soon as I take you to the other side.
Understood. Quite honestly, gang, I think it might be best to join our elf friend here, and maybe just go through the forest to be much more direct route. Less have to worry less about patrols and wardens, and we've all proven ourselves to be capable warriors. So I think unless it was like a dragon or something, I think we could face almost, fingers crossed, almost any threat that might come to us. If not, at the very least, at least talk our way out of trouble.
Lauren's gonna say. He says, he's gonna say, you would be in the clear for this stretch of Galloy. Galloy continues farther into the north, and so does the reach of Martin Olga.
Okay, so you couldn't actually take us to the border. You would just have to take us a little ways.
He's just gonna say, across this forest, then unfortunately I have to return to my lord.
Understood.
So I mean, you like I'll take you back to the world map here. The area that you actually need to go is marked by that X. You're not on that flag. You're like around right here. So I mean, there's still definitely a ways to go. That box is to scale with what is on the map, like the other map. So I mean,
Okay.
if you go out of that area, you still have like still a bit of ways to travel.
But his master could probably forge us a rite of passage, huh?
He's gonna say, he has done it before.
And has he ever been? Has it ever been caught on? Has he used the rite of passage and been found out?
He's going to say, nope. You see, it is important for us to be thorough in our circumstances.
Understandable. Oops. Honestly, fellows, I think this is worth a shot. But if you feel completely uncomfortable doing this, I'm not going to push you to do something you don't want to.
Doran's going to say, I do not fear any lord of any land anywhere.
Ooh,
Doran Irontooth goes where he pleases.
I like the sound of that.
So,
Am
even if we
Yeah.
manage to never even get any sort of writ of passage, I'll merely wipe my ass with a piece of paper and show it to any road warden. If he has any problem at all, then, well, protect me, please.
We will do our best. But it's best to talk instead of fight. But Marlo, do you have any concerns? Would you rather do this, or would you rather go the quote unquote lawful way?
I'm, based on what I've seen, I'm already keenly aware of what sort of man Martin Ulker is, and I'd rather not deal with him. And while you don't necessarily believe in it, I sometimes can glimpse the strands of fate, or so I like to think that I can, and I think the more favorable path is to visit this Geloi.
All right, seems we're in agreement. We would love to meet this Mattias Galloy, which you speak highly of. Alurin?
Yep.
Yay, got his name right.
Doran's going to say, He's going to sort of scratch his beard for a second. He's going to say to Aloran, I'm assuming your lord is in the forest, hiding and whatnot. And Aloran's going to nod, and Doran's going to say, I have an idea.
Ooh, I love ideas.
So, how's about this? You gentlemen go with Aloran and ascertain what it is that we must do in order to get our little writ of passage, whatever. And I shall retrieve our cart and the goods. We shall meet back in Grumberg by the beginning of next day. Save some time. How's about that?
Okay, then I see what you're trying to say now. Not too bad. So where I look to Aloran. Okay, so where is your camp? Very far away? Is it within a few days travel?
I shall plop down another X to signify it. He's going to he's just gonna sort of point to I know that's his killer stash, but it's not. There we go. This X right here. It's about. He's gonna say it's around that area, but when they get to that actual point, he'll be able to guide you there.
Okay. So that's like at least a few days.
Actually, that is less than a single day.
Oh, 13 miles. That's much better. I was thinking like every block was probably like, I don't know, 5 miles or something.
No.
That's just how my brain works. Anyways,
It's about 2.2.
Okay. Yeah, I like that idea. Marlo, you good with that?
It's fine with me.
Wonderful.
He's gonna say that. Great then, gentlemen. Uh, I shall see you in Grunberg. Perhaps in the next couple of days, day and a half.
Definitely. Go on and maybe go enjoy some more Black River Carbonara.
He's gonna say, I shall indeed. And he's
Mm.
gonna mosey himself back to Grunberg and get his horses ready and whatnot.
Wonderful. Right. Lauren, we can definitely. I think I speak for both of us when I say we truly thank you for this opportunity to talk with Mattias Galloy. Uh, and of course, thanks again for the Manticore, because I don't know about this one, but I definitely would have died.
Lauren's going to say, it is within the best interest of me and my lord that well-to-do individuals are able to live long and prosper in Galloy. People unlike Martin Olka.
I get you. All right, thank you very much. If we got nothing else to do, I humbly ask if you can take us to your leader. Humbly.
He is going to do so with pleasure, and he'll whisk you into the forest. And of course, he has a player character sheet thingy, so that rule for, I'll just sort of do it. Yeah, natural explorer applies. So he ignores difficult terrain, and difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. This would very much be difficult terrain running through this dense forest, but he is helping you out. All right. With that, though, how's about a 5-minute quick little break?
I'd be fine with that.
Get some water, use the bathroom, and all that good stuff.
Yes, don't pee long, or you're in trouble.
Exactly. All right.
All right, be back soon, guys.
Back soon. Where is my... Oh, there it is. going back over. All right, for fuck's sake, there's another bug in here. I'm sorry, boys. I have to do it. I have to kill it. I have to slay it.
They have to
Defend
be
your
on-
territory.
I mean, well, the thing is, they can't be out, right? Because of the quarantine.
Exactly,
lockdown.
so
They gotta
he's-
be inside.
Well, no. He can't be in here, though. Ah, damn it.
No,
He snuck
you see,
behind
that's-
something.
That's why you need to invite spiders into your home so they can eat the bugs.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a smart idea, but then I got spiders.
Well,
I saw a spider in my room like 3 days ago. I left it alone. I have no idea where.
yeah, I have a spider in my car.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
a little driving buddy.
That sounds fun, actually. But anyway, Aloran's going to take you guys through the forest. This forest, known as the Axe Forest, I probably should have that label somewhere, but I have neglected to do so. I will do so in the future. I actually do have like a transparent text generator that I like to use for maps and shit, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to whisk you through the Axe Forest at lightning speed, a lot faster than you would normally spend in any kind of forest, because this forest is arguably fairly dense and chaotic.
Good.
A very diverse set of fauna. No, excuse me, flora, I should say.
Oh, okay.
But he stops your romp through the green for a second, and he puts his ears to the wind and starts taking note of his surroundings. So let me read Natural Explorer for a second. So you want to gauge that foraging and tracking and like danger. Stuff like that. Place your forage. So I'm just reading to make sure I know exactly what I can do. Alright. Whoops. That is not what I wanted to do. But since he is in his sort of natural habitat, I should say, I'm going to allow him to make this perception check at advantage. It's going to sort of take in the essence of the wild.
Mm. Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
Something like that. Let's see what he gets. 18, that's not bad. Alright, so he's going to he's going to say we are in the territory of forest goblins.
Ooh. Are they close?
He's going to sort of look. He's going to say, I'm going to look around for tracks, any sign of them.
All right. I'll just stay here because, I mean, big, shiny Dragonborn probably sticks out like a sore thumb.
He's going
I
to...
wonder if I can.
Wait, go on. You can doff your armor, which would take, I think, 15 minutes. And then, like,
Okay.
you know, just be basically naked.
No, I like being dressed. I'm gonna keep it.
But he's going to bring back basically like an arrow, like a crudely made arrow that's been like snapped in half. He's going to say, looks like about 5 of them, perhaps a hunting party.
Do you have to deal with them often?
He says, on occasion. Usually when I'm with my group, they know to stay away. There's never that many of them. Usually they congregate in small, little... To call them tribes is a mockery of the mere concept of the word. Small gatherings, little moots. About 20, 18 sometimes.
Okay. Well, I would rather avoid a fight. So, I'm sure you know if you want to continue leading and just lead. So away from the goblins. But if they threaten us, you can expect us to fight by your side.
Alright, he's going to I'd say navigating through the woods to avoid the threat of forest goblins would be a survival check. Would you guys agree?
I'd say. Yeah. Because, I mean, not trying to get caught, that's probably got something to do with survival.
Yeah. I'd say he knows where you're going, and I suppose it could be stealth. But I'm gonna do survival since he's better at that, and I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense, personally.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if he found tracks, he knows where not to go.
Exactly. He's gonna use his intuition, like his survival instincts, I should say.
Yeah.
Let's see what he gets. Ah, that's pretty good. Let me make a roll behind the DM screen. That's never a good sign.
And he did mention that they stay away from groups, so since Marlo can cast it literally whenever and it costs nothing, he'll go ahead and conjure up a silent image of basically another individual in heavy armor with a helmet, so he doesn't have to be bothered animating the facial expressions to just walk along with them.
Okay, just to kind of make our group look bigger?
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sounds or leave any tracks or anything, but just visually make us look like there's 4 instead of 3.
Gotcha.
It's a good idea.
Let me just roll this.
I look behind me, I see the suit of armor, like, yeah, where'd you come from?
Alright. So Aloran is able to effortlessly make you guys, well, just avoid the goblins, since that's what you guys would largely prefer.
Okay, I'm sorry, did you want us to make rolls?
No, I'd say since he is leading you guys, his survival role is basically
Okay, good.
But it takes a fair bit more time as you navigate further through these dense and in some areas dark woods. Finally, you make it to around where he said his lord would be. You get to a small clearing. Lauren's going to look around, and he's going to make a series of like whistling noises or bird imitations. When he is done, he's going to order you guys to sort of like stay low and get to like some sort of cover.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna sort of duck behind a tree with his bow drawn, and sort of peek around it. And you'll see a man. It's fairly easy to make him out from the rest of the foliage. You're gonna see a man sort of poke his body out with a crossbow drawn. And he's gonna call for Aloran's name. He's gonna say, "Aloran!" And Aloran's gonna sort of show both of his hands up and say, "It's me," and he's gonna explain, like, he's got business and etc. That he's back and whatnot. The man with the crossbow, he's gonna sling it over his shoulder. He's gonna sort of shoot the shit with Aloran for a couple of moments, and then he's gonna acknowledge you guys and ask Aloran, like, what's all this then, basically. And Aloran, he's of course gonna vouch for you.
Yeah, give him a little friendly wave.
And the man with the crossbow is gonna give him, like, the whole, if you say so, spiel. And he's gonna take you to, deeper into, like, the forest. Basically to what looks to be some sort of it's a camp in a crevice, like a rock crevice. Like, it seems to be like a very small fissure made into the earth. And tucked inside that small fissure appears to be, a small camp. A small little staging area. There's about 30 men. And I say small because, and when I say small, like in terms of service area, but they've kind of made the most of their space, I should say.
Okay.
It's a right proper war camp, I'd say. There's like, there's like men sharpening weapons, and there's a sort of a very haphazardly put together forge area, and like horses
Okay.
and other sort of baggage, sort of boxes and chests, things to carry things in, etc.
All right. I guess is it mostly just humans and elves?
It is actually no other wood elves, mostly humans, some half elves. No, no, sorry,
Okay.
not half elves. I mean, some halflings. There we go.
Okay then.
But it is mostly humans. Elorin is going to, sort of disregard the rabble and, sort of shoo away the guys who are asking him for, to arm wrestle and to teach, to teach them how to properly draw a bow and etc. Telling them like, later, etc. And finally, he's going to bring you to the tent of who he explains to you is his lord. Martin, not Martin Ulker. Imagine it's Martin Ulker
no.
the 10.
What a
And he's like, haha, you fallen for the trap of pretending to be the resistance, but actually whole time was me, Martin Ulker.
You guys are stupid. You didn't see that coming. But anyway, that would be so stupid. Like I would be mad if I was a player. Like, oh yeah, how could I have seen this coming?
I guess I won't be using that twist in my campaign.
But anyway. Basically, it is, Lauren's gonna go inside the tent. He's going to talk to him for a little bit, and out of nowhere, you're gonna start hearing, like, shouting, and, like, his voice is gonna start raising.
Ooh. Someone's not having a good day.
It is Mad Ace's voice. You can tell from the others in there, like, he's the sort of the loudest of them.
Mm.
But after the sort of the raised voices calm down, 3 men exit the tent. One looking fairly older, sort of wiser, and a very young, strapping, young-looking lad. Full face, very capable looking.
Okay.
But he looks to be on air. No, on airs? No, he looks to be what's the word? He looks to be high on his high horse, I should say.
Okay.
Despite being actually a little shorter than you.
Yeah, he's looking down on us while
Marlo.
we're taller.
Kinda. He's a little shorter than Marlo, but he's definitely trying to make himself seem a little bit more important than he is, I should say.
Okay.
Or important than he seems, because he really does look like just like a young nobleman, like a young man in his prime. But he is going to say, and he's going to make an effort to have everyone hear what he's saying. And as he's speaking, like, you're gonna see men sort of crowding around and looking on and whatnot.
Right.
He's going to say, Lauren, what have you brought me here? Brigands? Bandits? Random men crawling through the forest? And Lauren's going to say, he's going to say, good men, my lord. They could use our help. And
I will. Assuming assuming this guy is, Mattias, I'll give like a good bow, like a good respectful bow, to get some good in his good graces maybe.
he's going to say, oh, you need not bow to me.
Oh, okay. I rise.
And he says, damn it, sorry, it was in my head. He's gonna say, son of Urzar, what does the Dragon Lord not have in his prime dominion that he can't find anywhere else? That came out so wrong, but he's basically trying to say, like, why are you even here? Like, doesn't Urzar have everything he needs in his pristine little kingdom.
Oh, he's asking us now?
He's basically trying to insinuate that you're just a messenger of Urzar.
Hmm. Well, Lord Mattias, the whole reason we are here is because we would rather not deal with Martin Ulker in the first place. We are looking for passage up north, and your fine warrior friend here, who saved our lives, mentioned that you may be able to assist us. And who knows, if you do, we would be more than willing to help repay the favor.
And Maddie's is going to say, interesting. My most trusted servant, delving in our secrets with men I've never met. And give me 1 second, hold on. I'm going to make a roll behind my DM screen. Shit, that was a really bad roll. Hold on. Oh, it fell. It fell, so I don't really count it if they fall.
Now, furries.
For fuck's sake. Alright. He's gonna look at you, Marlo, and say, and who's this, your manservant? What is your purpose here?
Well, I swore to my employer that I would get him to a location he was trying to go. And to do that, I require a writ of passage. But, like I said, I've come to know what sort of man Martin Ulker is, and I'd rather not deal with his ilk.
And Mattis is gonna say, Martin Ulker. He's gonna spit on the ground. He's gonna hack up a nasty loogie on the ground. He's gonna say, Martin Ulker. Well, you'd be wise to not want to deal with the likes of that swine. I swear by my father and all his predecessors that I would secure what is rightfully my family's away from his wretched clutches.
If I may ask, how did Ulker come to this position in the first place?
He's going to say, it is quite the tale. And he's going, and let me see if I can, there we go, find it. You see, the marches of Geloi, they've known chaos many times. And for a time, the Gelois were not on the throne. It was shifting between hands. This was several generations ago. Way before I was born. Way before my father was born. Finally, the Gelois had reclaimed the throne for themselves, and we only held it for about 5 years before it was taken by the first of the Ulkers. Opportunistic twat ripped it from my ancestors' hands. The son of that Geloi, I believe his name was Velen Geloi, he vowed to take it back in his father's name. His name was Jerome. The first Martin Ulker. What an evil bastard. Evil runs through that family's blood.
Well, he definitely does seem like an uncaring character, unsavory type. Apparently, he hires bandits to be his road warners, whatever. That's not something a caring man would do, I would think.
He says, unsurprising. Brutality is the only language those bastards speak.
I'm assuming you're still gathering forces and resources to take back the throne.
He says, "Aye." And he says, "And why hasn't Urza, in all of his infinite wisdom, perhaps tried to lend aid towards this most noble of cause? Father of good dragons indeed. Next you'll tell me that he created all of mankind. If you believe that tripe."
Not so sure about that. But considering the gods do work in odd ways. They won't make. Sometimes they don't make an appearance till the very last second. Sometimes they don't make an appearance at all. And sometimes they just like to watch us mortals meddle around in our own squabbles. You can't depend on a higher power to help you win a fight. You must rely on your own power first.
He's gonna say,
So I offer
Yeah,
I
go
offer
on.
you this. I offer you this. Of course, me and Marta would have to talk to our employer. Well, you're headed to what our employer claims to be an abandoned keep in the north. I'm sure the Doran would be willing to part with some items that may help your cause. If you'd be willing to give us a right, help us attain a rite of passage to the north.
He's gonna say, abandoned keep belonging to the dwarves.
I believe so.
So, the men in the camp are gonna start looking around. Yeah, they're gonna start muttering to themselves, saying stuff like like dwarf gold's good gold. Anything lost by a dwarf has to have been lost for a long time. Stuff like that. Mattias is gonna say, he's gonna his face is gonna scrunch up in an angry sort of, inflection. He's gonna say, "You trying to bribe me, Dragonborn?"
Bribe, of course not. I am saying that we can both benefit from a relationship between us. Not so much bribe as just two groups forging. I'm not gonna say an alliance, but a small partnership. If you are to rule this country, take care of its citizens, you must find not exactly allies, but partners in trade.
He's gonna say, "Partners indeed. Some partners I've had throughout these lands. The nobles that my family has supposedly secured as valued members of our of the of the marches that are the marches of Geloi. Loyal members indeed. Thieves. Scum, all of them." Yeah, go on.
If I may, I'm sensing a lot of bitterness. There's a lot that's gone wrong for you and your family in the past. And no one, not even the gods if they decided to come down from their thrones and help, could change the past. We want a writ of passage, and you, I believe, would like to someday sit on the throne that you believe you're owed. If you help us get what we want, what we're saying is that we will help you get to where you want to be. So if you can tell us what it is that you'd like, then we could perhaps come to a deal that both sides would be able to fulfill. And maybe you can start getting over some of this betrayal and resentment.
The older, sort of wiser looking man is going to say, now is the time for careful actions, my lord. Your callousness will not get you anywhere, I've told you that. He's going to sort of shove away his advisor. And he's going to say, the faith I've put in men who I thought were good ended up being worth nothing more than the hairs on a horse's backside. But I cannot deny that I am in need of aid. I'm gonna sneeze.
That's you.
Thank you. And he says, fine. It is a writ of passage you seek. I can forge one for you. Yes, I can. And if you are willing to do something for me, then I will grant it to you in exchange for a little task I need done.
Well, we can't expect to get anything for nothing, can we?
No, we cannot. And
No.
we came here prepared to deal, so what is the task?
The task. I'd say it's nothing that's outside of your capabilities as heroes or whatever. If you can take on a fucking manticore, then suppose that you'd be able to do this as well. There is
We
a...
would think.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, you would think, but I keep on thinking about, like,
Yeah.
how the elf pretty much carried us.
Hold on, let me just find the exact map key that I'm looking for. God damn it. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. I think it's 17. There we go. He's gonna say, it is not far from here. A crypt, known as the Gates of the Weary, is where Lord Alistair Bradley is buried. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, I suppose I should tell you who Alistair Bradley is, but if you have not, then I need not tell you how important of a man that man was.
You can consider me living under several rocks.
And he says, Lord Alistair Bradley slew a dragon. Not just any dragon, though. Omnitrax. A powerful, raging red dragon. Mattis is gonna say, turns out your friends aren't always as pure as one would think they are.
How so? I don't understand.
He's just gonna say, forget it. Point is, the man's buried with his sword. Well, buried. We believe he's buried in the Gates of the Weary. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. His sword is resting on top of his grave. Many people have made many vows not to touch that sword. Only in cases of extreme crisis should it ever be shifted from where it is. And gentlemen, I think we're in a state of crisis. I want you to fetch me that sword. I would do it myself, but I'm stretched thin. I've got many problems of my own to take care of. And it is simply unfeasible for me to show my face. Not now. Can't let Ulka
Understood.
but yeah, he was gonna say, I can't let Ulka even get a single whiff of where I might be. Lest this whole operation goes up in smoke.
Hmm. Well, we definitely do need that right. Alright. Well, if it's alright with you, Marlowe, I'd be. You ready for some crypt plunging?
Mm. There are a lot of ills associated with taking from the dead, but I have sworn to do what's necessary to complete my end of the bargain, so I suppose it can be done.
I share your concerns. I don't like having to take from the dead any more than you do, but at the same time I understand we definitely do need this right, and it's not like he's using it, quite honestly. So who knows? Maybe we can bring him back once this whole crisis is done with.
Lauren's gonna say, he's gonna say, worry not, I shall come with you. And Marius is going to say, oh, will you now? And why can't they do it them themselves? They offered, and Lauren's going to say, my lord, I believe it is within all of our best interests if I ensure that they make it back in one piece. And Marius's advisor is, of course, going to sort of whisper more things into his ear, let him know that to make the right decision, etc., etc. And Marius is going to sort of shoo Lauren off and say, fine, fine. Keep an eye on them then. Since they're so trustworthy. Suppose it's unnecessary, but nonetheless, Lauren. And Marius is going to say, look me in the eyes, Dragonborn.
Okay, lean in, not blinking.
He says, know that you look upon a vengeful man.
Understood. Understood, Lord. We will not let you down. You will retrieve this sword, or die trying. Preferably the former.
He's gonna say, Velen Galoy, he knew defeat. So too did his son. At the pivotal, excuse me, Jesus, at the most pivotal moment in his life when he had just nearly taken back our home. But there's always more scum. I shouldn't even be alive, but here I am, following in their footsteps. If I have been callous to you, know it is for good reason. That sword will help me. It will help this cause, and even if you never return, it will certainly allow me to... And he's just gonna, like, do that thing where, like, people just, like... They sort of act out their words without even saying them. He says, by all the gods, I'll rip him limb from limb.
Oi.
That is a visceral image, and I'm sure one that many people are going to be keen to agree you with. And I know you don't know me, and you have no cause to heed my words, but I've walked this land enough to know that many of the people here are miserable, grumbling about the past, decrying what has happened, lamenting their misfortune. If you want to draw support and take the throne, you can. You've got the looks for it, and soon you'll have the sword to go along with that force of personality. But what the people don't need is more obsession over what went wrong and more grumbling. They want hope and promises of change. And I'd like to see that happen, and it seems like you might be the person to bring that about. So I hope you can. But for now, the sword for the writ.
He's going to say, "Aye, the sword for the writ."
Well, we appreciate the offer. We will not let you down.
All right. So with that, Lauren is more than willing to get you guys going to where you all needs to go. He's gonna
Let's
ask you.
go.
He's gonna ask you if you would like to return to your little dwarf friend first.
I think he would know that we're going to be gone for a little whiles. Like, is the crypt very far from here? Like, just another half-day travel, or less than that?
From where you guys are, it
I assume it's
is.
that thing that looks
Oi.
like a bird.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a.
Oh, so all the way to number 16.
Yeah, it's getting close to the end of the day right now, so it would just be basically another whole day's of travel.
In that case, yeah, if it's back the way we came anyways, then maybe it might be best to talk to Doran to let him know the situation.
Alright. Excuse me, sorry.
No worries.
Since it is around the end of the day, and to continue moving would mean risking moving, through the middle of the night and whatnot.
Yeah.
Lauren's going to allow you. Well, he's going to prepare you guys a small slither of habitation away from the main camp, just to, stay the wrath of his lord.
Yes.
Since he does not seem to be in a good mood.
I will say before we go to bed, like, is there anyone ill? Is there anyone in need of healing? As kind of a sign of good faith. I got the magic touch.
All right, there is a sort of triage area, and there's like 4 people there who are in need of some medical attention, for sure.
All right. So are any of them poisoned or diseased?
One of them has a fairly grisly-looking. Well, first off, the man who is in the triage area, he looks to be some sort of a cleric, but not a very powerful one. So he's going to tell you about how he simply doesn't have the, how should I say, one might even say the spell slots to keep up with the health demands of some of these men sometimes.
I get that.
So I mean, anything that you can do to help out would be more than appreciated.
Okay then. So I'm just looking at my at the lay on hands. I can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of lay on hand. Expending. Oh, okay. I don't think that works for like multiple people. I think that's just like maybe if someone has cyanide and arsenic, I can get rid of both.
So like any disease or poison they're currently afflicted with, I think it's like you spend 5 for every.
Yeah.
Yeah. For like 5 equals like basically all disease and poisons removed.
So yeah, if there's anyone with like a diseased or poisoned, I will tend to them first and just like use lay on hands. Anyone else, I will I'll just use cure wounds to help them with their pain.
All right. So I mean, greatly appreciated. I wouldn't say you brought them back from the brink of death, but you definitely helped them get back on their feet.
That's good. So I'll just say I expend a spell slot and get rid of all my lay on hand stuff.
Fantastic. One of them is gonna ask you. One of them is going to ask you. Does this mean? Does this mean we're gonna get dragons to help us?
I wouldn't go that far, but this Dragonborn, he's willing to lend his hands. Who knows? I believe your cause is a righteous one. You may find allies and to help you. By the way, so the person that's in the crypt, is that the same last name as the person, the Lord from Brockthorn?
No. Lord Bruckthorn's like his ancestors. They definitely helped when Thrax was around, like rampaging. And I think the one that was like stood out like of particular note was Arthur Bruckthorn, who gave his life to protect like a lot of like a bunch of civilians who were trying to like flee from her.
Okay.
So I mean, but it wasn't. It was never stated if he was like buried there, but it's that area is basically for like a burial ground for the greatest heroes in Gilroy, or at least in this area of Gilroy.
Okay. I get you.
All right. So, with that whole long rest, I will give you guys. Hold on. For avoiding that bit of combat, you can each get 150 EXP. Successful.
Lovely.
Yeah. And on top of all the successful die rolls and whatnot, and perception checks and all that good shit.
I do like that. XP without combat. That's pretty cool. Just basic interaction with people.
Oh, yeah. Progression need not only be bonking things on the head.
Mm-hmm. Because we could have killed everyone, but we didn't.
Yeah, exactly. It's worth some, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. Alright, with that, it is the new morning. Mattias is yelling for everyone to get up on their feet and get ready to get your job, get their jobs done.
Alrighty. I'm not a morning person, but I'll get ready. So,
all right.
Yeah. How long did it take us to walk from the town to the camp yesterday?
It took about it's like 3 miles an hour. I think you walk. So 3, 9. That's 2 hours. Yeah, right. Hold on.
If it's 3 miles an hour, it's like 13. So like about 4 hours, 4.5.
Yeah. Cause I think like 20. You go 23 miles a day on foot or something like that. So yeah, it's like 5 hours. Yeah. So you should get there by midday.
Okay then.
All right. Gonna make another survival type roll. Cause I mean, like again, that forest. I'm not gonna say it's crawling with forest goblins, but you do run into the occasional hunting party.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yep. Survival roll. Oop.
Uh-oh.
Alright, now I'm gonna roll my dice behind the DM's queen. Fuck's sake. I mean, horrible at rolling dice. Alright. For a second, Aloran tells you guys to duck like really out of absolutely nowhere.
Whoop. And I pretty much just collapsed on my stomach.
It just like drop into the like cross-legged sitting position.
Exactly. And you guys are gonna hear Aloran's going to Aloran. Fucking nonsense. Lauren's going to get in a sort of a ready position behind a tree with one hand on his bow and the other hand on the hilt of one of his short swords. And you guys are gonna see like a small little gang of 4 forest goblins sort of scurry on past. They're just inspecting the area. They got their little short bows. They're looking around, looking for game. It looks like, and they're just gonna hurry on their merry way after looking around. Luckily, not seeing you.
Good. Should we wait a bit before we move on, or?
Lauren's going to sort of put his hand up to say, just wait, and then he's going to come over to you. He's just going to come over to you and say, very quickly, let's move on.
All right. You're the guide.
All right. So, making it back to Grumberg. Not too hard. Over the river and through the woods, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to find your employer tucked away inside Johann's brewhouse.
I hope he didn't get too crazy without us.
He's going to say, he says, well, thankfully, on the way to the carriage, I did run into some road wardens, but since I didn't have any goods, they didn't charge me the more exuberant fee. Luckily, when I came back with the carriage, I used the back roads. A little dangerous, but, anything to get out of paying. Anything to get out of paying 50 gold. Sorry. Bit of a cough.
No worries, man. Better out than in. Well, we made a deal with our mysterious benefactor.
He says, "Aye, what is this deal?"
I'm assuming Aloran is waiting for us. He didn't come into town with us?
Yeah, no, he's waiting outside. He's too cool for civilization.
Well, I'll keep my voice low because we don't know who could be listening. We have to find a sword in a crypt. Once we have the sword, bring it to our benefactor. We can get the right.
He says, Well, all right. If you find it to be not too dangerous, lad, then by all means, go on.
We got backup. I think we'll be okay.
He says, fine. Just be careful.
Shouldn't take too long, and then we'll be back on the road to our original destination.
All right.
Yeah, with that, I'd say we probably leave Durin at that point and just regroup with Alurin.
All right.
Or Mattias? No, yeah, Mattias. Mattias? No.
Aloran.
Okay.
Aloran's gonna, he's gonna basically ask, like, is everything ready? Is everything good?
Yes. Lead on, fearless guide. It's sooner we can do this, sooner we can get on the road.
He says, I could not agree.
Oh, I should have told Doran about the deal I made. I don't know. Can we retcon that? Can I talk to Doran about possibly giving Mattias like a few supplies that we might find in the keep?
I mean, we could spin it in like an interesting sort of like narrative-ish fashion if you want. Like maybe your character was a little scared of what he might say.
No. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna play it off as forgetfulness. I was like, oh shit! I was supposed to tell him about that.
You know, it's going to be a lot more difficult when we're there at the keep and they show up with hands outstretched and we have to tell him that you
Mm.
promised to give away.
No, no, I'll definitely tell him before we get to the keep. I'll tell him if not tomorrow, the day afterwards.
Yes, well, in my experience, honesty is occasionally the right policy.
Mm. Well, they're usually less mad if you're honest than if you lie.
People appreciate honesty, not, a lot, but
Yeah,
they appreciate it.
Mm-mm. All
yeah,
right.
honestly, like, oh, thank you for telling me the truth, and not, oh, I want you to actually tell me what you thought of me.
All right. So you guys should get there by nightfall, which is probably for the best.
Hmm. What does it do? Marlo, do you have dark vision?
No, I do not.
Ah, wonderful.
Eloran's going to say, "We will likely need some light when we get there, but hopefully, and this is only what I've heard, the way up the stairs to the crypt itself is actually lit."
That would be useful. But if it's not Marlo, do you have magical light, or should we just get a torch?
Uh, I've never had the need to make light. Torches have always sufficed.
Fair enough.
Assuming you have no way to produce magical light.
No, I got nothing. I can heal. I can heal the injured. I can make people do what I want, but no, I can't make a light. That's beyond my capabilities, apparently.
Eloran's going to say, a bit of information as we continue on. Marius, he had not trusted you at the time, but he had told me to. Well, he had reminded me to tell you as we continue on. There is a castle near the crypt, and it is filled with an interesting order of knights that are sworn to protect that crypt. Now,
Oh.
I'll have you know that that order has been not disbanded, but been repurposed for their combat effectiveness by modern Ulka. Last our spies have heard, Ulka has employed his own little group of men to guard the area.
Hmm. Well, if it's outside help, then they might not be as vigilant or as driven as these knights. So honestly, I think you'd see this as pretty good news.
He says, "Indeed, but we should be on our lookout nonetheless."
Definitely.
Alright. So, montage of frolicking through the woods. But no, like, yeah, you guys are just continuing on through the denser foliage in Geloy. Obviously, it clears out for the main road, which you cross with no real difficulties. There is a bit more traffic than normal on these roads, but you be sure to you make careful sure to stay away from any road wardens that go on your way.
Yeah.
It's fairly easy
We
to
look both ways.
yeah, it's fairly easy to evade them since you're not actually going on the roads. But excuse me. But by nightfall, you gentlemen finally make it to, I'd say, around here. In the afterglow of the evening, like the glow of the sunset, you're able to make out a very towering, foreboding castle atop I'd say a hill of medium, small-ish size, and then to its like directly adjacent to it is a sort of a rock formation, like a rock outcropping that has looks to be some sort of a natural staircase leading up into it, or at least like a natural sort of pathway. And the way towards it is lined with torches.
Wonderful. So, like, how long is the stairway? Is it like a few hundred feet up, or few hundred steps? Something.
I'd say it's not like crazy high up in the air. How should I say? It's about like it's about like 5 stories up,
Okay.
and that's just like
Oh.
continuous steps. They're not like very vertical stairs. They're like sort of winding stairs.
Oh. Once we get to like the foot of the steps, I'll say I'm not. You guys are probably much more stealthy than I am. What if you guys go up first? I'll keep a lookout, and then if the coast is still clear, I'll follow you guys up a little later.
And these are the stairs to like the mausoleum, right?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah. And yeah, let's take a look around and make sure there's nobody around. Keeping an eye on the place. Like, is there any area where people would be could easily lay eyes on this very large foreboding staircase?
Why don't you roll an investigation
All right, let's investigate.
at disadvantage since it's dark?
Alright, I will give myself a guidance for that D4, and then where is the disadvantage button on this? Here it is. I found it. Okay.
Oh no!
That natty 4.
There we go.
Oh no!
Only ones.
All right, well, I will. I'll help out. So I say I'll probably make a investigation as well.
That young disadvantage since it is dark as hell.
Oh, dark.
Lauren will make it at not disadvantage since he's got special eyes.
Yeah, and for some reason I don't have investigation on my skill sheet, so it's wisdom, right?
It is intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay, that's just +0. So let's give that a try. Ugh, not much better. All of us. Oh man. 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. But it is fairly dark, and it is more than definitely hard to really make out much of anything, unfortunately.
Understandable. Well, I'll look to my present company and say, well, we aren't really going to get much done just sitting around here. It's not the best circumstances, but we have to work with what we got.
So we do have to go up the stairs, so
Yeah.
up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah. Instead of just waiting at the foot to like keep a lookout, you know what? I'll join you guys going up the stairs.
Just heading right inside.
Yeah. Like we just want to walk in there like we're allowed to be in there. Like we own the place.
Exactly.
Nobody will bother us.
I appreciate such bravery.
Yes, I have no proficiency in stealth, but I do have proficiency in confidence.
That is something that can be for sure appreciated. There are no torches inside the crypt, so is someone going to go in there carrying a torch?
Yeah, I'll light one. I would say once we get to the door of the crypt, I would like to use divine sense. See if there's any like evil presence, celestial fiend, undead type stuff.
You got it.
E.
Yee.
There we go. Yeah. So I use just the one
You got
as
it.
I enter. So if there's anything within, is there anything? Do I sense anything within 60 feet of me?
And no, from that radius, it does not seem that the dead linger here.
Mm,
Well, they linger here in dead form, but
yeah. Yeah. Even as I like walk into, it's very long. But I would say right as I open the door and in, get like the maximum effect.
there we go. All right, give me 1 second.
No worries.
All right, so despite the outward appearance of what looks to be some sort of a crude-looking Stone Age rock formation, like some sort of Stone Age crypt, as you go inside, you notice that the actual architecture of this area it is absolutely unparalleled. The walls are carved and formed into various shapes and extremely pristine looking how should I say well just the architecture of the itself, like the archways, the pillars themselves, the sort of trim on the floor, the stairs as you actually get inside. They're all carved and chipped away from the stone absolutely perfectly. The floor itself is a smooth, sort of glistening white stone. And I'll just let you see for yourself.
Okay, great. Um, is it dusty at all, or does it seem like there's someone has been here recently?
It looks absolutely pristine.
Mm.
I mean, there's a superficial kind of dust on it for sure, but it is absolutely pristine. Perfect silence as you enter in. Nothing but the sound of air moving through the crypt itself.
And what about the walls? Are they solid stone? Does it seem? Is there any like, not yeah, kind of like indents or any ports that might be there? So
Uh,
I'm thinking this is like a perfect. Crypts often have traps, I think.
I got you. Roll investigation.
Okay. Try that again. Oh, I'm still at disadvantage.
It's fine. You rolled a 6 anyway. No, when you hover over the number, it shows what you rolled first and then next. So
Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay.
yeah, you rolled a 6, unfortunately. So nothing that you could see. Aloran
Okay.
shall try his hand again. We'll see. Natty 20. Baby.
Ooh, that's better.
First natty of the night. Hell yeah. But Aloran's just going to sort of rub his fingers against the wall and sort of sniff the area. And he's going to sort of knock his hands along the wall, like to see if there's any hollow bits. And he says, very strange. He
How
says,
so?
he says, well, I'm used to seeing the knights here. Well, I don't tend to reveal myself to them, but I'm very used to their very stern vigil. They would often go inside and perform custodial work inside the crypt itself, but no, it seems to be completely empty.
Mm.
I believe the
Well, I
way
guess
forward is fairly clear.
Yes. You did say they're new guards, so maybe they just aren't as driven as the ones before.
He's gonna say, Elka does tend to attract very unsavory types. Perhaps they're all out getting drunk or something.
Let's hope. And I will start to make my way forward.
Alright.
Maybe come to this corner, kind of look around, because I'm looking at this little design right here.
Yep.
That's just the design on the floor.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just continue using that natty. Lawrence is gonna try to like throw sort of toss like pebbles on the floor, like tap at tiles with the edge of his blade and whatnot.
Mm.
He's gonna continue to inch forward because he's got that OG
Yeah.
dark vision.
I'll keep like just slightly behind him.
That
And Marlowe is just walking casually at the rear, because if there are traps, these two will set them off first.
Fair enough. Oh. Hmm.
Lauren's gonna point at the end of the hall over here. Say, look.
Oh, is this the blade you were talking about?
And he says, well, let's see. And he's going to.
Yeah, so it's like, is it an actual blade or is it just like kind of a blade
Nope, it's a sword.
to the stone?
That is a sword that is rested on top of that. Well, it's rested, not in a way that's like, it looks like someone just placed a sword on top of it. There's actually like some notchings for it, like to be put inside not inside, but like to properly rest it on top of the sarcophagus.
Okay.
And on the sarcophagus itself, you see, it says etched in the stone, Lord Alistair Bradley. And all along the walls in this area, like around here and whatnot, is engraved what seems to be some sort of a long epic poem.
And the mat went black for me just now.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
If you move your token, it should work again. That happens.
Oh, yep,
with
there
dynamic lighting
there we go.
sometimes.
When you stay there, when you're there, does it go black or?
No, it's back to normal now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's,
then
it's since they updated dynamic lighting, it happens sometimes.
I do like the update, but it is for sure is a little finicky.
But it's a real simple fix. Just move your token
Okay.
and move it back.
Yeah.
No worries. Okay, keep that in mind.
Lauren's gonna say, you're gonna sort of sheepishly look on and say, well, there it is.
What is the gist of this poem that's inscribed on the wall?
Basically, the poem goes on. I wish I actually wrote a poem. What is going on? Skyline Girl. Sorry, that is from the chat. But basically, the gist of the poem is that Lord Alistair Bradley had given his life, his mortal form, to give those who did not stand as much as a chance as they would have without him a chance at life. And that all chances at life must be earned. And if, in the case of some other obscenely powerful force, may emerge and threaten the lands, to taint them, or to take them, or destroy them outright, that those of noble heart and willing conviction take up the Fang Biter.
Fang biter. Ooh, I like that. I will rest my hand upon the casket. I'll say, Sir Bradley? Did you say his name was?
Yes, Alistair Bradley.
Sir Bradley, we humbly ask for your weapon. We are truly sorry to desecrate your grave. This weapon will be put to good use for a time, and eventually it will be returned. I have never prayed before. I've never spoken to the dead. So all I can do is hope that you hear me and forgive us for what we were about to do. And I will take up the blade.
And just as you're about to rest your hand on the hilt, you're going to hear behind you, well, well, well.
Oh, you're so close.
And
I'll turn around.
a man is going to step out of the darkness. And he's going to say, so, where's your little dwarf, friend? A little shorter fella. And this appears to be, I think I called him Cletus or something like that, or Cleveland. But
the like road warden guy who was kind of a dick, right?
in the very first session, yes.
Yeah.
Fancy seeing you lot here.
Oh, we could say the same for you.
He says, now, go ahead, do as you're doing. I'm just gonna let old Olka know what's going on in the ship, in the gates of the Weary. Don't let me stop you. Aloran's going to sort of make ready to sort of draw his arrow. And go for his bow.
I don't know about that now, because I mean, if this blade was of any importance to you, it wouldn't really be here now, would it? As for me, it just is more look. It just kind of, I just like the look of it. Quite honestly, I've always been fascinated with artifacts and trinkets. If we could take this blade for a portion of time, I would be most grateful.
1 second. Cleveland or Cletus? I'll just call him Cletus. Cletus is going to say, you want me to let you have that sword?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say let us, considering it's not yours to begin with. So you wouldn't really be letting us take something that doesn't belong to you. All I'm saying is that I don't see why this is much of a concern, quite honestly. I mean, it looks nice, sure, but at the end of the day, a sword is a sword. It's not like we're in a shortage.
He's going to say, I know the value of that sword that you're reaching to take. I know. Yeah, go.
Yeah, it's like. I mean, it's a nice looking sword, so maybe 10 gold? I'd say 10 gold.
I know who it belonged to, and I know my lord wouldn't fancy it if he took it from the ear. And he says, now, the way I see it, you have two options. You can surrender yourself, and maybe Olka would be reasonable. You can resist, and then, well, I'd gut you like the fishes you are. Or, well, I'd say those are the two choices you got. And he's going to unsheath his blade. So what's it gonna be? Easy way or the hard way?
Cletus was it? I believe. Do you actually carry a weapon besides Martin Olker's name, or is... I just don't feel terribly threatened, so you'll have to come and get me.
He's going to say, he's just gonna say, fine. Roll initiative.
Oh, okay then. Alrighty.
As a matter of principle, no D&D player has ever surrendered.
No, definitely not surrendered. Talk your way out of the situation, maybe.
Alright, what is your dex, Connor?
-1.
Okay, so in standard D&D fashion, I think this is actual canon rules. The person with the higher dex is the one who wins the ties.
Yeah, that's what I usually do, anyways.
Yeah, so let me just do a Lauren. Lauren's not feeling very... Actually, he has advantage on that.
Right.
I just remembered because he's a range.
Ranger rules.
He's a ranger. That's better. uh,
Nice.
all right.
2 natural 20s in the game, and they're all both done by the NPC.
It's not my fault. The NPCs I make are amazing. Anyway,
No worries.
Aloran is going to immediately engage with a shot from. Well, actually, first he's going to do Hunter's Mark. Because, I mean, he'd be stupid not to. Damn. I think I'm going to keep that damage. But,
I wouldn't blame you.
he's going to engage with his long bow. It's not a short bow. It's a long bow.
Mm.
Damn, that will actually hit him. He's wearing plate, and it's gonna snake its way straight through one of his pauldrons. For 10 damage, yeah. He is marked. I'll just use this. Yeah, there we go. Connor, it is your go.
All right. What to do? I think I'm going to cast... Is it an action? Yeah. I'm going to cast Command. And see, so I think he has to make a Wisdom saving throw. I'm going to look into his eyes. Well, you know what? I'm going to move towards him. Just to get a better look at him.
It is a
And I
little
will
dark.
say, yes. And I will say, grovel, and just try to make him like just kneel down and make himself an easier target.
So, like, basically go prone.
Yeah.
Okay. Just for matters of simplicity.
Let's see. Is that a Wisdom saving throw? Yeah, Wisdom saving throw of 12.
Okay, he's got to match 12 or high. Yeah, he has to go 12 or higher. So here we go. He saves.
Nope.
He shaves.
Okay, grovel, please.
I'm begging you.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
Come on,
are
man,
you
I had a
still
really bad day.
are you still carrying that torch, by the way?
Yes, I'd say yes.
Okay, so is it torch in one hand and hammer in the other one?
I would say torch in one hand, shield in the other.
Okay, fair enough. Because I believe you can actually do damage with torches. Yeah, you can.
That's true, but I already cast Command as an action. Would it be a bonus action to like throw the torch at him?
Let me think.
You know what? Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to throw the torch at him. I will like, if I could, I would drop it and then draw my hammer.
You can do that. You can do that.
I can do that?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Okay, yeah, I'll just drop it to my feet and drag and yeah. Grab out the hammer. It's like, okay, guess we're doing the hard way then.
All right. He's going to unsheath his little curved blade and take out a couple of daggers. He's going to toss one dagger at you, Marlo, since you got a smart-ass mouth.
Obviously.
This is, I believe, this is range, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing either way, so. This is, first one's for Marlo.
Barely miss.
Oof. And this next one is for you, Connor.
Okay. That will hit. Just barely. No, not just barely, but does hit.
And he's going to walk up and offhand strike you with his scimitar. Actually, wait. Sorry, you know the sort of rules on offhand and main hand striking are a little strange.
I don't know. I don't understand what you're talking about.
No, it's what I'm trying to say is you can I'm pretty sure the scimitar is light, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's light. Yeah. Okay. So you can offhand it then. Okay.
Yeah, it just doesn't get the
Yeah.
ability score bonus.
Yeah, but like it's a little weird because sometimes you know like they sometimes they make you declare which one is actually in your main hand and which is in your offhand. But like,
Oh yeah, no, I'm
but you
I'm
get what I'm
always
trying
like,
to
as
do,
long
right?
as one of the things they attacked with is light, I'm always like, whatever.
Yeah. But this is for Connor.
That does not hit.
All right, Marlo, it is your go.
Alright, I am going to try and place Fairy Fire back in that hallway, so the end of it will clip our friend here, and by friend I mean this guy who tried to shank me from a distance.
Distance shank, telepathic shank.
Right, so my spell save DC is only 13, but you know, we might get a Fairy Fire to work.
Yeah, better than mine at least.
Dexterity save, I believe.
You got it. Dex save. Oof.
Nice.
Okay, so
Alright,
he's fairy fired.
He's Fairy Fired and giving off purple light, and this guy's human, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So Marlo's just going to step up behind Connor, and with his object action is just gonna put out the torch.
Put out the torch?
Yes.
Oh.
The only guy who we need to see is glowing.
Oh yeah. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, now I got it.
What's the radius he's glowing for?
I think it's just illuminated. I don't think he actually puts out. Let me see.
That's fine. I can.
5E. Let me pull it up. Let's see. Oh yeah, they shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And it's just the objects, I think, that are outlined.
So.
Okay.
Lights
so
out.
10, and then Marlo is just going to step back into the darkness. And that'll be the turn.
He's gonna cuss you out by saying, "Cheeky bastards."
Ah, yes.
Aloran's going to comment on your quick thinking, but I mean, he's chilling because he's got special eyes.
Mm-hmm. But they can't see where the attack's coming from.
He's gonna let loose one of these. I should keep track of these arrows. He's gonna let loose one of these.
And attacks have advantage because he's Fairy Fired.
Thank you for reminding me.
I'm moving my token, but the screen's gone black for me again.
Oh wait, hold on. It's interesting. You should be able to.
Yeah, I can see.
Hold on.
No.
Can you see now?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Yep,
I just had to move him.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's the light source.
Yeah. Again, finicky light, but it is still very cool. All right. So unfortunately, that second longbow shot does not hit, even with the advantage. It's gonna pang off of his armor. But Connor, it is now your turn. You have an advantage on your melee strikes.
All right. Well, I'm going to see if maybe I can bring the hammer down on his head.
Ban
Big,
that guy.
meaty head.
You are banned.
Ooh. And you know what? I'm going to, if I can do it, I'm going to add a divine smite to that. It says when you hit a creature.
You have that now?
Yeah, in level 2 I get it.
Oh, I thought Paladin's got it level 3. I don't know why I thought that. But anyway, go on. Go on.
All right. But yes, so expend the spell slots and an extra 2d8 damage, so that's 7. I'll roll 2d8 radiant damage if that does anything.
Go on.
Okay, 20 points of damage.
All right, so
As an explosion of light as it just like hits him square in the forehead.
Yep, it's gonna send him reeling, but for a split second, a light much brighter than the fairy fire, like sort of arcs in a wave overhead, and splashes against his forehead in an array of sparks. Yes, Connor, you implore the righteousness within yourself to offer you a modicum of divine power,
Mm.
and it manifests as a cascade of light and energy around your hand.
As the darkened walls and hallways just kind of light up momentarily and shrink back into darkness.
Exactly.
I'll say to him, you made a mistake following us in here.
He's gonna say, "I'm not dead yet, fool." And he's going
Keyword being yet.
and he's going to unleash a flurry of blows against you.
Wait, is he a monk?
No,
Okay, I'm about to say.
I just happen to use the same wording.
No worries. Okay, 19 will hit me. Okay. 10 will not. Bounces off my shield.
Yep. He's able to graze the very side of your head with the
Okay,
edge of his scimitar. But yeah,
Okay, so 19 hits, 15 and 10 do not.
no, I'm just I'm just saying the 19, but then the rest you kind of just parry out of the way.
Right.
All right, Marlo, it's your turn.
All right, we are gonna go ahead and shoot out a good old-fashioned Eldritch Blast, since we are a warlock.
Woo.
Eldritch Blast.
All right, 21 to hit for 10 force damage.
Ooh.
Damn, that's like max damage.
That is max damage. Feels good.
Fantastic. He's gonna take that right in the gut,
All right,
knocking
we are
the wind
going to-
right out of him.
send that zipping out of the darkness, and then take a few steps over into another direction. Trying to skirt outside the edge of the light here. And that is the turn.
You got it. Lauren is going to make his way over here, stowing his bow and unsheathing. Actually, hold on, that might be too many actions. If he drops his bow, then unsheathes both. That is his free and his bonus, I think. Whatever, rule of cool. You guys already know how. You guys already know how it be. He drops his bow, both hands on both of those fucking scimitar, hilts. He's going man mode. He cannot be stopped. He's gonna say, "Die, bastard," and this is for his home.
Woohoo.
Fortunately, that last one won't hit, but you cannot argue that it wasn't a valiant effort. Yes. And he's also gonna do 5 extra damage. All right, Connor.
All right.
He's gonna lurch forward from taking that tip of the short sword straight in his gut.
Now the screen's gone black again, but I'm assuming he's in front of me.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, good. No worries.
Uh,
All right, I will definitely. Yep. I'm going to do what I do best, and hit him with my wonderful hammer. It's hammer time, man.
It's the best time of the day.
Yes. Oh, 17 doesn't hit, does it?
Nope. He's gonna parry that.
Is there anything I can do on a bonus? A lay on hands? No, that's an action. Okay, no, I'm gonna ready myself for another one of his attacks.
He's going to use his free. A use item is a bonus action. It's a bonus action or action, right?
To
Use an item, right? It's like a bonus action or action.
Generally, it's an action. Well, you get like a free object interaction for certain things like opening doors and drawing weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Using
know.
like magical items or like drinking a potion is usually an action, but a lot of DMs homebrew like drinking stuff is a bonus action.
Yeah, that's what I usually do, but I was just making sure like it wasn't a bonus action already. But he's going to use his bonus action to drink a potion. That is 2d4 plus 1. Or 2d4 plus 1.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. I like how you're rooting for him. Like, yeah, he rolled pretty hard.
Yeah, one challenge.
Anytime anybody takes a healing potion, you always have to say, like, better than nothing, or like, hey, health is health.
Yeah, that's true.
Anytime. All right. These first two are for you, Connor.
All right. Oh, that's a hard hit. And both hard hits. I'm still standing.
And this last one is for Aloran. That's going to be a miss. But Aloran is going to risk it for the biscuit. Because he is got this, if you all remember. Wait a second, he's not wielding his ranged weapon. I retcon that. Whatever.
Okay, never mind.
Rules, whatever. He probably should stay in the shadows. Fucking, what is he, an idiot? Alright, Marlo, it's your turn.
It's gotta be tough. So let's start with the Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch
That's only
Blast.
17. Oof. Okay.
Miss.
And then there isn't too terribly much I can do without breaking concentration on Fairy Fire, so we will around. Oh yeah, this sword is still here, isn't it?
Yes, you haven't wrested it from its pedestal.
Well, I can't quite see it, so let's not fumble around and try and grab it yet. So that'll be my turn.
You got it. I'll say it is sort of twinkling, like glistening with arcane energy, so you can see a bit of a faintish outline of it.
Ah.
Aloran's going to help his little dragon buddy here. He ain't gonna let you die, not just yet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I like not dying.
Short sword. Skida. That's not gonna do it, unfortunately.
No.
But he's still got his offhand. The offhand nails it, but only for 1 damage, but he still has his d6. It's 3, okay.
You don't take the he rolled a 3, but you don't add the Dex modifier to it.
Oh, that was his offhand.
Oh, right.
He can do that. Hold on, short sword. Short sword is light. Okay, good. I'm playing by the rules as they're written. Connor, it is your turn.
All right.
He's gonna spit a glob of flaming blood at you and say, "You're gonna die here, you lizard fuck."
I noticed you had to, give yourself a little pick-me-up because we were kicking your ass so much. The difference between you and me is I don't need a potion for that shit. And I will use Lay on Hands for full 10 points of healing. Bring myself back up to 12.
Damn, he's gonna clap your hands together and just like stomp your feet and
Yeah.
gonna bring yourself back from the
Turn myself around, that's all it's all about. Do the hokey pokey.
Exactly.
Yep. And I'm back to almost full strength. Majority full strength.
He's gonna say, "Well, your story ends here, Dragonborn." And he's gonna let him.
Oh.
He's gonna let you have it. Oop.
Okay.
But let's see. Oh!
Ooh. Okay. Still standing.
Still standing.
I'm still standing. Yeah.
I literally was thinking of that song too. A different part of the song, but that's
Marlo, it is your go.
all right. What is this, a short sword or a long sword or?
It is a long sword.
All right. So let's start off with the Eldritch Blast, because you can never go wrong with the Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Nope.
All right. And then we will yeah. Just take a step to the side. And yeah, that'll be the turn. I don't want to end my concentration.
You got it.
And the light. The light thing.
What happened?
The light went away.
Oh, you got it. Hold on.
As is true.
Is it back?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little finicky. Not gonna lie. But you know how it is. All right. All right. All right. So, Aloran is...
All right.
Aloran is not letting up. He is... You guys are in, like... This guy is not a pushover. He's a fairly talented duelist. He's able to hold both of you guys at bay with a dagger in one hand and a fucking scimitar in the other. If it wasn't for those silly magic tricks, he would have had you both beat.
Really though.
But Aloran's going to try to go for an opening. Short sword. Hell yeah.
Woohoo!
And this is for the offhand. Not so good, but
Nope.
he did score his hunter's mark, so it's pretty good. 12 damage. Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, it's fine. Better than not too good.
He's going to slice a big, nasty gash in his upper thigh. Blood gushing from that. Doesn't look too good. Connor, it is your go.
Alrighty. Oh, definitely. Kind of like those carnival games of swinging the hammer down on the little thing with the bell.
The
And
whack-a-mole
I'll make
thing?
another hammer attack. Yay! 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Damn liage. Nice.
Damage.
Damn wise Gamzee.
And yeah, I mean, like I'm out of spell slots, so it's not like I could use another divine smite. I wish I didn't use that command. So that's all I can do, really.
But yeah, bring down the hammer right on his forehead.
Yeah.
He's going to... He's going to lurch forward for a second. It's now his turn. And he's going to say, going to reach in his pocket and look at you straight in the eye and say, last one. He's going to down one last potion.
Oh joy. Oh joy.
And he says, he's going to say, have fun in the infernal realm, scum.
Oh. Oh.
He's going to say, come on, die, you little fucker.
Excuse you, I'm a big fucker.
Clearly that blow to the head has ruptured some brain cells. Marlo, it is your turn.
Alright, Marlo is going to start with the Eldritch Blast.
How do you want this Eldritch Blast to end him?
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's just going to... Basically, he's been, like, plinging around off this guy's armor. And essentially he's just going to weasel it in a little cranny that he's managed to find and just bounce it around in there. Inside this guy's armor. Just a lot of little repeated little tings until the guy falls over.
Got it. So, it's happened true to form. He's going to start lurching forward and back and, like, you know, just, like, doing some crazy freaking, like, just crazy like jerking motions, and the final one he's gonna like do a little somersault and just land on his back, and you hear a bunch of crunching noises.
Ooh, nasty. Whew. And with that, I would just like kind of just collapse onto my arse, just like, oh jeez. Okay. Oh right, I have a healing potion. And take that out.
Yeah, Marlo's just gonna pick the sword up and relight it, and then dismiss the fairy fire since there's no need to illuminate a corpse.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll use the healing potion that I had. That's good.
Lauren's gonna say, "Thank goodness. I'm sure if you would have succumbed to his vicious assault, I would not have fared much longer."
Me neither, man. Marlo, honestly, that thing with the fire that looked like fairies, whatever it may be called, but it really helped us out. So I just want to say thank you for that. So you probably saved all of our.
Yes, well, I'm not as strong or sturdy as you, but I like to think I have a keen mind and I've been gifted magic, so why not use it?
Not everyone's a fighter, but everyone can hold their weight in the world. And I'll stand up. Oi, jeez. I'm gonna look at them. I want to look at Cletus's armor. Is there any like identifying marks, anything that might make it look specifically for him or for like any rank that he's in?
I mean, he does have like some sort of a. It looks to be some sort of a signet medallion. That does.
That's kind of like an.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it does have like a picture of a throne with like spears like crossed behind it.
That's kind of like embedded into the or like embroiled. I don't know what you call it, but like kind of like a design in the armor. It's not like a badge or anything.
Oh no, it is a badge. It's like a badge on a chain.
A badge.
It's like a medallion kind of.
Okay. I'm just looking over the armor. It's like I wonder if this will fit me.
He was about your size. Like he was kind of big.
Yeah.
And they have a crude forge back in the crevasse.
I might be able to even kind of make this thing my own. I don't know. I feel bad taking the armor off a freshly dead man while we're taking the sword of another longer dead man. But it is nice.
Well, to the victor go the spoils, and the sword should rest in the hand of someone with pure heart, so if you believe that qualifies you, then I wouldn't feel bad about you carrying it, at least for a while.
Well, thank you. Alright, yeah, I'm going to... I would like to maybe just look outside the temple first. Like, is there a place where maybe we could hide the body? Ooh, can we actually, can I open one of the crypts and put him inside the crypt?
Make a strength check.
Oh, that's advantage, but...
You rolled an 8, that is 11.
Yeah.
So, these things are made of solid, like, really heavy, like, really dense and heavy stone, so it's gonna take a lot more than that to lift one of these things up.
Okay. Nah.
Can I try again? No, I'm kidding.
Here, I have no muscles, let me try. Maybe I'll get lucky and crit.
Yeah, sure.
On some bullshit.
But nah, I'm not gonna try. If you can't lift it, I can't lift it.
Do either of you have a way that might hide the body? I would rather not leave any evidence that we were here besides, the missing sword.
Lauren's gonna say, well, I don't really see the point, honestly. If this gentleman, he's gonna say that sarcastically, was of any note to Olka, he'll notice that he's gone for any long period of time. We could just throw him in the bushes and they can spend as much time trying to find him, but if this gentleman was some sort of a captain or a leader in Ulka's forces, then I don't see how hiding him will buy us any more time than normal.
I see. Well, they might they'll definitely assume that the person who stole the sword murdered him. So, is there a way to maybe disguise the sword while we are traveling? I will take off the medallion though at least, and I'll kind of crush, try to crush it anyways, because I'm assuming it's like solid metal.
Strength
Just
check.
start, yeah. Hulk smash, Connor smash, even worse. Okay. After like a few 30 seconds of trying, I just get frustrated, throw it to the side of the, throw it over here.
Yeah.
And as I throw it, it goes like 3 feet. Like, damn it!
Lauren's just gonna say, at any rate, we should not stay here too long.
No.
He's a fool if he were to... Truly an arrogant fool if he thought he was going to protect this whole place by himself. So I'm going to assume that he's going to have more accomplices nearby.
Certainly. I will say, yeah, I want his armor, so I'm gonna take off mine and put on his.
That is 30 minutes, I think.
30 minutes? Ugh. Do we even have that time?
Lauren's gonna say no.
Okay. In that case, maybe I'll just take it off and we can head out of here.
I think that's still 30 minutes.
It's still 30 minutes to take it off? Okay, what if I carry him?
Hold on,
Oh, wait,
armor.
not in that.
Let me see, taking, where is the rule?
I'm looking it up as well.
Armor. There's like 4 articles for armor.
It depends on like
Getting in and out of dawn.
Oh, heavy armor, 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And to don it is 10, but yeah, I rather not. I'm not gonna risk it. I'll just take
No,
it.
I mean,
take it off and kind of carry it.
You might have 5 minutes. I mean, if it's just 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'll take the armor off him, but I'm not gonna put it on because that would just take even more time. So I'll just bring it with us.
Yeah. You're like looking at his body, and then after like 5 minutes, it makes that armor noise, and then you just see a naked body, like in Skyrim.
Ooh, commando.
Exactly. He's got like fucking linens underneath there, but he's like fucking ripped and like just displayed in a really odd way. But anyway.
All right. Well, after that, then I guess we'll remove the sword from the coffin. Like I said, all right.
Who is
this has been.
I was gonna say, who is touching it?
I don't know, because I mean, I'm spending 5 minutes. So if Marlo or Lauren wants to do that while I'm doing this,
Marlo.
Sure, if he insists, I will touch the sword that should only be touched by people who are good and sure.
Oh, is it? Okay. Interesting.
That is glowing with arcane energy. Yeah, I don't have detect magic or identify, but
I thought you were about to say I don't have a good alignment.
Look, I am when I do good things, it's extra good because I'm neutral. So. Yeah, sure. Marlo will grab it with his intentions to not be to keep it, but to pass it on to Connor. But he'll grab it.
I mean, it just feels heavy, like heavier than normal. Like it is just a regular longsword, but it really does feel like a bucket of sand.
Yeah, he's gonna do that thing where you try to lift something up and it's like, you get it, but it's too heavy or heavier than you thought, so you kind of like tilt forward a little bit.
Yeah.
And, then try to recover. Like, no, it's just elegant.
Exactly. Does not feel like an elegant weapon of war. It feels like a load of freaking lead.
Yeah, and he'll do his best to carry it with some semblance of grace, but as soon as he can, he'll just like set it down next to Connor. He doesn't particularly like the feel of weapons in his hand.
Hmm.
Too heavy and cumbersome.
Okay. Well, if I'm bringing the sword, would you guys help? Would you guys mind helping me with the help me bring out the armor?
Yeah, sure.
Everyone take a piece. Thank you.
Sure, he'll take the. Lauren will take the helmet. He'll just put the helmet on himself, and then just like
Okay.
yeah, and then just like take a breastplate or whatever. Like the front piece of the breastplate, and then you take the back or whatever. There's like a lot of straps that you can like use to sort of like kind of fasten it to your body,
Hmm.
etc.
All right. Well, I think I'll pick up the sword and say, all right. I think now's the time we make haste.
It is.
Get the fuck out of Dodge.
You notice upon picking it up that it is both light and very elegant, very well balanced. It just kind of feels like a. It just kind of wants to twirl in your hands, like a rapier almost.
And as they're walking out, Marlo will remark, like, "You make that look easy for such a cumbersome blade. The balance on it is all off."
Well, honestly, it must be a very interesting material because almost feel like what's his name, Cletus back there wheeling around the scimitars. It feels like I could just, do a few tricks with this thing.
I was gonna
Hopefully,
kind of narrow his eyes at him.
maybe hopefully Mattias will find it the same way because it's really an elegant blade.
And Lauren's gonna say it's for a more civilized time.
Oh, is it? A time of heroes.
Exactly.
Marlo has some suspicions, but he'll keep them to himself for now.
Indeed. Yea, verily. Alright. Time to get the fuck out of Dodge. Lauren's going to sort of peek outside of the crypt towards the stairs below. And there is a horse and a campfire sort of blazing outside.
Just the one horse.
Yeah, he's like just tied up on a like sort of like a dead like shrub.
He said if he reports this to us, I'll say if it's just one horse, then maybe we can hope that Cletus came alone.
All right. Well, Lauren's gonna do a little bit more investigation. He's gonna maybe like he's gonna sort of try to gonna try to listen to see if there's anything out there. Perception, not advantage, just regular.
I'll help him by being very quiet.
Hell yeah. He's gonna come back and say he thinks he hears grumbling.
like a beast.
Sounds like someone's angry. Like he hears grumbling and he hears the sound of like rummaging.
That's never good. Marlo, do you have any tricks you might be able to use?
Maybe. Where's this grumbling coming from? Is it in our way?
No, it is just off to the side. Like as soon as you get down the stairs, like you'll like there's just what seems to be some sort of a campfire and a just like around in that general area. He couldn't exactly see like where exactly it was in that general area. You could hear like the sound like of a voice, like a grumbling voice, and of that sort of rummaging. But you can, I mean, if you're sneaky, I suppose you can slip away from it without like alerting it.
Is there any like a light mist or anything like that in the area, or is it just clear weather?
It's pretty much clear weather.
All right.
Honestly, I'm not the sneakiest of fellows. But maybe we can do another trick like we pulled on the Manticore. Can you make like maybe some monster growling and running out of the woods? Maybe try and scare them off.
I could, but that would draw attention. I could make something similar to a cloud of fog to obscure us, but that would again look out of place. Current situation.
What if you made me look like Cletus and made it look like I was taking you prisoner? Or if maybe you make you look like Cletus.
Making people look like other people is more difficult. I could make an image that resembles Cletus very closely to walk along behind us. But I think the best case scenario is for us not to be seen.
Okay. Okay, I'll trust your judgment. Because this is honestly, this is your call. You do what do you feel best at doing?
All right. So if you guys are gonna be stealthing, roll that stealth.
Alrighty.
This is Lauren's stealth. I'd say roll it at disadvantage. Oh, you have disadvantage anyway since you're in heavy armor.
I got disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, Marlo will give him the guidance for the extra D4, even though Marlo will probably end up needing it.
Thank you.
Whoops, that's at advantage. My first roll was an 8, so it would be a 10.
Oh, that's actually not bad. 15. And I will use your guidance.
Okay. All right. So, despite you sort of like hold on to those plates real tightly so they don't rustle around, Lauren's just sort of slinking away, and Marlo, you as soon as you get to the final step, you sneeze.
It happens.
It happens, and you're gonna hear someone yell, "Who goes there? Master Cletus? Is that you?" And he's going to walk around. He's going to take like a burning log from the campfire and sort of walk around, and you're just going to see this like really lowly looking, gangly looking, just he's not a kid, but like just lowly looking young man.
Yeah, Marlo, alright, so he's coming around, he's probably going to see us, so Marlo is going to use Silent Image to make sort of like a... Are we all still like grouped together, or did they manage to like get off to the side?
I'd say you probably just did it one at a time. You know, Lauren sort of like goaded you on, saying that the coast was clear, etc.
Alright, yeah, so Marlo is going to sort of surround himself with like a blackish sort of smoke that looks like vaguely in the shape of something like large and ominous, and then using Silent Image, and then with thaumaturgy, he is going to like alter the appearance of his eyes and try to make them like glow through that, and just be as like you see that and you don't want to like investigate it, you know? And we'll see if we can like try and scare this kid away.
All right.
Guy.
Roll intimidation at advantage.
All right. Intimidation.
Intimidation.
Deception. +3 at advantage. +21.
Good.
He's gonna sort of like let me think for a second. Could he save that? He is just a common bloke. Nah, he can't. He's gonna say ghost, and he's just gonna fling his torch like with reckless abandon, just in your direction. Totally misses you. Actually, let me see if it does miss you.
Oh.
I was gonna do it at disadvantage, but I don't think you can get anything. It's literally impossible. So he chucks it and he just runs off. He sort of jumps on top of the horse and like tries to like giddy him on and like tries to like rip the reins off, and he's just like stumbling all over the place. He falls off the horse. He's like tangled up in his own sort of like freaking clothes, and he's not being attentive whatsoever. He's a mess. He's a mess of a man.
Yeah, Marlowe is just going to like take a few steps towards him to just make sure he keeps running. Maybe throw in a little bit of the causing the flames to like start flickering with all like the torches on the path and stuff, since thaumaturgy can do multiple thingies.
Scare peasant simulator.
Maybe throw in some ominous whispers. Just make sure that this guy keeps running and babbles incoherently about a ghost.
Yeah, he's gonna do that, and he's just gonna give up on trying to ride the horse and run off into the night.
Yeah, and that accomplished, Marlowe will go ahead and join the others, as he will sort of just step out of the smoke cloud as soon as the guy's well and good. All right, well, let's get out of here before someone a bit calmer shows up. That doesn't always work.
All right.
Cannot agree better myself.
For matters of simplicity, I'll just skip like a day, and you guys are back at the crevice. I mean, that's probably enough excitement for one night, so you know.
Nah, but we run into a black dragon.
I mean, I guess I could roll survival, but he's probably gonna do pretty well on it. Yeah, there we go. That was a Lauren survival, just to trek through the woods without attracting much attention. So he's good. But all right, so it is the dawn of the new morning. Mattias eagerly awaits you all. And finally, you appear, sword in hand. And, well, you took hold of your end of the bargain, and you've vanquished one of Ulker's little captains to get here. So, I mean...
Say to Mattias, I believe this belongs to you for now. I only say for now, because are you going to return it later? I don't know if I told the ghost that are we returning it? I don't know how to talk to ghosts. Just more out of curiosity.
Excuse me, sorry. I guess it is a little late, but anyway. I'm having so much fun. But Mattias says, Oi, give it here. And he's going to take the sword.
Yeah, I will hand it to him hilt first. Don't want to cut himself.
He's going to grab it and say, the blade of Lord Alistair Bradley. He's going to try to, wield it and swing it around and whatnot. The fang biter, the slayer of the forum that tracks. He's gonna try to put it one-handed into a sheath on its side, and he's gonna it's just gonna be so unwieldy, like he's not even gonna be able to do it.
If I may, Lord, apparently this blade is well for those with a good heart. Not to say that you don't have one. All I'm saying is you may have work to do before the blade truly accepts you as its wielder.
And he's going to... he's just gonna drop it on the ground. And the camp's just gonna go totally silent. Aloran's gonna look at him. And, his advisor's gonna do like 3 double takes at you and then stare at him, and he's gonna say, "My lord, be calm. And Matthias, excuse me, is gonna say, "Fuck your cum. What is the meaning of this? You hand it to me as if it were nothing more than a mere feather. It rejects me. Rejects me."
This is exactly what I'm talking about, Lord. I do not think you to be evil. I do think you to have issues to overcome.
And
When I look at you, I see a man who his whole life has been consumed with anger. And for well reason. I would expect someone of your stature to go through your life experiences to be an angry person, but can't live your whole life with eyes clouded with hate. There must be room for patience and love. If you do this, I truly believe the sword will accept you.
Sorry, I'm stretching. He's gonna say, well, I mean, I didn't want to interrupt you because you were doing such a nice little monologue.
Oh,
but,
thank you.
You know, obviously, like, at some point he probably would have interrupted you. But
yeah, I mean, to be understandable.
Yeah, but he would have interrupted you somewhere along there to say, bollocks to that, you must have tampered with it, I'll have your neck, you son of a bitch. And he's, his advisor is gonna, you know, of course, try to calm him down, and he's gonna, at this point, he's gonna yell, you know, I'll be calm, Matthias. And Matthias is gonna look at him, and he's gonna say, Matthias, this is not the hallmarks of a true leader. They have gotten what you've asked for. It is time to give up your end of the bargain. He says, my end of the bargain. My end of the fucking bargain. It's not, this whole campaign's been nothing more than bargains. Bargains, begging, asking, pleading. But nothing more than that. How many men do I have to... fuck, what's the word? It was a good word. I had it in my head. How many men do I have to, grovel, yeah. How many men do I have to grovel to get this fucking movement off the ground? Nonsense. Bollocks and nonsense. And
Nothing worth doing is easy.
And he's going to... Wait, hold on. This is actually kind of important part. He's gonna grab the sword, like, by its blade, and he's gonna say, he's gonna grab it, and he's gonna just lift it up with all of his might, you know, muscle bulging and everything. He's gonna say, we're well and truly fucked, men. The man who... Excuse me, sorry. The man who I had thought would be here for us in our hour of need has forsaken us. It's over. And he's gonna just throw it with all of his might. He's gonna, like, do the fucking, you know, the Olympic sort of discus throw with it. He's gonna try to use all of his momentum and just throw it in the frickin' forest. But it's going to whip through the air, and it's going to start it's just gonna start twirling through the air towards you, Connor.
No shit! I put out my hands for.
It slices off 4 of your fingers. No, I'm kidding. No, you obviously catch it, and it makes a nice little ringing noise as it lands in your palm.
Oh. Matthias, I'm sorry. I never wanted this to happen. I don't want this blade. I truly believe that you could wield it someday.
But I'm just too awesome. Go on. Go on.
But you have shown me that even though you're a grown man, you still have growing up to do. You are filled with rage and pride. These are things you must learn to let go of if you truly want to reclaim your throne.
And
Yeah, go
it's
on.
not easy to change. But
Hmm.
these men who are around you, some what 30 odd men and Lorian, have you groveled to them for their support?
He's gonna say, no. No, I have
Then
not.
maybe perhaps you should take a moment to ask them why they follow you. And if you can embody those ideals, I'm sure there will be more. And someday, maybe not this blade, or maybe not any blade, but what you need to claim your destiny will fall into your hands. You need to make yourself worthy of it. If you go looking for revenge, you're only going to find more suffering and more hardship. I was told by someone important to me once that when you're in a dark wood and you're trying to get out and you've been walking so long, turning around is only going to make you get lost. The fastest way out is through. Do you understand what we're trying to say here?
He's going to say, he's gonna say, I understand. I do. I don't like it. I understand. And he says, it's not the throne. It's not even the land. It's the men. And I am no man worthy of either. I've known that for some time. And he's going to say, I have to take back my home. I don't know what to do. It all seems so hopeless.
Yes, I imagine it would be. You're 30 men against the army of a tyrant. But it would make for an excellent poem, perhaps song. But what those omit is the hard work and the sacrifices needed to seize that victory. But as long as you have people who believe in you, then you're not fucked quite yet.
Well said.
And Lauren's gonna say, he's just gonna repeat what you said. Basically, he's gonna look at Matt Ace and say, "We're not fucked yet." And the rest of the men are gonna start chiming in, looking around, saying, "We're not fucked yet." Yeah. And they're all just gonna start joining in. And Matt Ace is gonna sort of smile and say, "Aye, we're still here. We are not fucked just yet." And he's going to say, "You know what? To hell with that damn sword. If it likes you so much, why don't you just fuck it or whatever?"
Well, I would imagine it hurt a little, but I wouldn't mind keeping hold of it for a while at least.
And he says, "I keep it and take your damn writ of passage too. I'm a man of my word. You brought me my sword. It rejected me. Hurts. Now take your writ."
I will care for it. A sword does not a sword does not a king make.
Did you say that correctly?
A sword does not a king make. I think so. I hope so.
No, I'm saying
Sounds
it
good
sounds
to me.
really, yeah, it sounds really profound. I'm wondering if you said it correctly. I'm gonna steal that. Steal that. Yeah. Meme stone. I love those. I mean, Twitter's awful. We can all agree, but like, there's like the replies of about like having your meme stolen are absolutely hilarious. Like, they're so fun. They're funny every single time. It's like someone will post a meme as a response, and then like there's one that's really funny. I have to find it. Hold on. Forget it. I'll post it in the Discord in a second when we're done. But yeah, so Connor, you have the Fang Biter, sword of Alistair Bradley. It is a +5/+5 longsword. No.
Oh, I'm about to say, holy shit!
No. 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 In fact, it's actually mundane. No, just kidding. I'm still kidding. It is a +1/+1 longsword.
Okay then. I will put that in right now. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And you notice upon closer inspection that, well, for one thing, it does have the word Fang Biter etched along the blade, but the blade has several cracks in it.
Hmm.
Like, it's beautiful, but you can't help but notice there's like a couple of cracks in the deep sort of center of it.
Might have to bring this. Might have to. Maybe not repair, but at least get it looked at by one of the smiths in town.
And if you'd give his specialists a couple of hours, he can synthesize you up a very nice, tender, juicy writ of passage.
Ah, that would be nice.
Before you shove off, though, Mattias is going to. He's going to say, take care of that sword. It saved an entire kingdom once. Maybe it'll do so again. Maybe.
I will do my best to upkeep its legacy.
And he says, he's gonna, as he's walking away, he's gonna mutter, fucking bullshit, and fucking nobody took this fucking sword.
Wait, is this Mattias saying this? Or?
Yeah, he's gonna mutter it loudly behind you, but he's obviously kind of fucking with you. But, alright. With that, I'd say this session, this 3 hour and 30-minute session, is concluded. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope everybody watching. Well, we did have a reasonable audience for a while, but I think it's gone on too long for everybody who's watching, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
But that was.
We
fun.
don't have Critical Role numbers yet.
Yeah.
It's because we don't have a catchy theme song.
I'll have to work on that.
Well, quick, one of you grow titties, all right?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, working on it. This quarantine has got my gym closed, so it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get what you mean. But yeah.
That's cool. All right.
So, Connor has acquired the Fang Biter. We will see where it takes us next on Dungeon Attack Squad Live. Alright, I'm ending the stream. Thank you all for watching. Good night.